All right, y'all. This gonna be a current energy check-in, a clairvoyant check-in. This will not resonate with all of y'all out there. Y'all have to keep that in mind. So we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on with the current energy. There is a donations link in the description box below. I don't look my best right now, y'all, so y'all gotta bear with me. Current clairvoyant check-in for August of 2025. Current clairvoyant check-in for August of 2025. I can't show some of the cards, y'all, so all right, so the current energy for tonight is a Three of Cups at the bottom. We have the Patient Man, Pisces energy. Magician reverse, Virgo, Gemini energy, the Star, Aquarius energy. Six of Swords reverse. The Wheel of Fortune, that's a Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. The Ace of Cups. The Four of Wands reverse. The Nine of Wands. Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles reverse. Page of Pentacles reverse. The Tower reverse. Queen of Swords. Libra energy with the Justice card. And the Ten of Wands reverse. So what there appears to be here is with a situation. Someone's trying to relentlessly stagnate a situation involving a lot of manipulation. There is a lot of spell work being tossed around right now with the Magician reverse. This is on a whole nother energetic dimensional level. This could be considered beyond psychological. Like, this is beyond the psychological level of... I'm getting that this is a very deep spiritual message that I'm channeling here with the Magician reverse. There's something that is being manipulated beyond a psychological level of some type of mental manipulation. This literally goes to the next level of dimensional type of knowledge that I really don't want to get into right now. But from the looks of it, I may have to. Some of you may not understand how deep this manipulation really goes, but this can affect the consciousness. This can affect the subconsciousness. This can affect the neurons of the brain in order to process certain information and could trigger the flight or fight response mechanisms of the brain in order to throw an individual into impulsive responses, emotional impulsive responses, etc. with the Magician reverse. If some of you out there are having scattered thoughts or scattered energy, this is exactly what is being done. This could be some type of chaotic ritual that was performed with the Magician reverse. It's all because some of you out there are destined to be great. You're destined for justice to be served in your favor. Some of you could be a Libra, or you could be a Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo energy with the Wheel of Fortune. With both of these cards, this is Libra, Justice is Libra. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which will be Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo energy. Don't have to be these signs. This is a general collective reading. Y'all can't go. I'm really not going to go based off the zodiac signs. You could be any zodiac sign out there. We're not about to define somebody because of a zodiac sign. People don't have to be these zodiac signs in order to get what's rightfully theirs by doing the right thing, etc. It's all about what you put out there, which a lot of people question, like, why all the good that they put out, they seem to get their back opposite, because that's how the laws of the universe and the laws of attraction work. The minute you're sitting outside impatient on the USPS person, which is the mail lady or the mailman, and then you have the UPS people that are supposed to deliver your package, you turn around, like, you start looking for the truck, you don't see it, right? Because you're expecting that. That's the ego, which is expectation, which is completely illusional. And this is what someone is trying to manipulate and to escalate on a whole nother energetic level of the mental manipulation in order to mirror something or mimic something as if it's some type of mind game. This is some type of mental. This is something definitely to do with the mental. With the Magician reverse, don't have to be just the mental. But this is definitely something that is very egotistical driven, Because someone wants to present a false self. The false self, and the ego is the false self. It's the main culprit beyond fights, arguments, disagreements, one-upping one another. That's exactly what the magician reverse is. Because I'm getting a lot of egotistical energy. Who can have the last laugh? Who can one-up who? But using the art of manipulation can indeed get things to go in their favor only for so long. See, when you got a master reverse psychologist that stepped up in the building, or someone that's very skilled when it comes to knowing what the dark side of psychological is, like the dark side of psychology is what I mean. So when you got somebody that's experienced at the dark side of psychology, to know how the brain works, to know how when certain situations are out of control, but yet the individual is not mentally stable enough or competent enough in order to understand what's really going on, therefore causes distractions. And this right here is a situation meant to throw someone off their course by simply a manipulative tactic of a distraction on an energetic, spiritual based level. So this right here is not some average physical dimensional manipulation. This is on a whole nother level, energetically and spiritually. This can literally manipulate things and shapeshift things to have someone to appear as if they have a double aura around them. Because clairvoyants out there, clairvoyant and clairaudience out there have the ability, the clairvoyance, that's all about psychic vision. So if you're a clairvoyant out there, don't have to be. But clairvoyants have the ability to see auras. Like you can immediately detect whenever it's a double aura, whenever it's a triple aura, or if it's just one aura around them. But with this situation right here, there's multiple layers of energy shields that is trying to relentlessly protect someone from being discovered as a manipulator. Now, some of you out there may not understand this on this level of how I'm defining what is really being done when it comes to the manipulation that's involved. But this definitely has a lot to do with how someone is trying to masquerade themselves with the shape-shifting tactic in order to cloak with someone else's energy shield that's around them. They're using multiple strategy and multiple energy shields in order to guard them from being seen. But the thing of it is, universe has a tricky way at having this exposed, because how you think the universe is able to figure this out? Because the universe in reality has the secrets. See, the energetic flow of energy of the universe is just similar to a current in the river. If you try to swim against a current in the river, you're not going to win. I don't care how much of a bodybuilder someone is, you will not win, bro. I promise you. You could swim and swim and swim and swim and swim. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It ain't going to work. I'm going to have to use that voice again. It ain't going to work. It's going to work against you. I'm kind of getting that energy with the Six of Swords reverse. I don't know if y'all can see it that good. But anyways, and this could literally have something to do with a legal matter here too with the Justice card. That's all about legal matters. I don't know if y'all can see the card that well. But this could have something to do with legal matters with the Justice card. And if somebody is relentlessly trying to manipulate something in order to have something reversed onto you, this could have a lot of involvement with tampering with the Page of Pentacles reverse. That could be fabrication and tampering. And believe it or not, it's not just one person that is going through situations like that. There's a lot of people that may be going through a similar situation, even though it may not be identical to the next person. But there's plenty of people that are suffering injustice right this minute. And the ones that are suffering injustice are being done from individuals that are always presented with this illusion as if justice is being served to the wrong individuals. This is something else that the universe is beginning to balance out. That the innocent that is wrongfully accused of things will begin to shift to where the individuals that are doing all of this to hide and the wrongfully accused's energy will be exposed. A lot of this has a lot to do with ritualistic abuse with the magician reverse. Many people may not believe in ritualistic practices, but it is indeed real. Excuse the hiccup, y'all. but it is indeed real. It's something that is being done on repeat. It's a repetitive type of thing that is being done. And this is to cause some type of manifestation of whatever they're putting their intent into in order to manifest it. But when it's done with the art of manipulation, that's only going to work for so long to the universe and to the energies that's around them. See, they can indeed manipulate to cause external forces to do things that don't make logical sense to them, because this is spiritual based. This is energetic based. So when they're doing things based off of energetic manipulation, spiritual manipulation, that can influence external forces that's beyond our control. So if some of you is having problems with the law, that's external forces. Because if you really think about it, how can you have control over a situation whenever they're in position of power? See, they have the position of power to diffuse injustice, because that's some of the oath, that's the oath right there that they was sworn into to protect. Or however you say that. They were sworn in there to protect your civil rights, the Constitution, and your amendments is what I mean. So if some of you is dealing with something on a legal level, if this is involving any type of legal matter, if something was continuously being manipulated against you and you're an innocent person that has had to suffer and endure a lot of injustice, you continuously being bothered, you continuously having a lack of peace of mind, this right here could begin to balance itself out unexpectedly. Even though it may not seem that way right now, but eventually someone somewhere, there's energies that's going to better to transform through different people that you may not be familiar with. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what you think familiar spirits are called? People that may seem familiar to you, right? So some of you out there are familiar with having to guard yourself and stand your ground with the Nine of Wands. You're very familiar with this energy right here. Some of you could be a fire sign, don't have to be. You could be an air sign, don't have to be. You could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. Just know that when it comes to this situation, there is definitely a lot of next level advanced manipulation or ritualistic practices that are being done. This can be felt energetically. If you're energetically sensitive, you can definitely feel this energy. So if some of you out there have an intuition, you will be able to intuitively feel this, which is going to be your level of discernment, because intuition is all about the inner voice. That's all about your inner knowing. And when your gut picks up on something, pay attention. This is not something to toy around with or play around with. If you have a gut hunch that something's being manipulated, speak up. Speak up. Don't you know how powerful your voice is when it comes to the spirit world? Very powerful. When you call out these energies that are trying to manipulate things against your free will in the realm of the spirit, if you don't say anything, how is the Most High able to protect you? See, we do indeed have angels around us. But that's why God put the weapon of the tongue on you to defeat situations that are trying to cause you harm spiritually. Because how you think these situations are able to manifest physically? Because it first has to happen energetically and spiritually. Therefore, it takes the physical simulation of that vessel in order to cause you harm on a legal level with the justice card. This can also be some helpful information that could be literally catching the law's attention, that things are indeed very spiritual. There's a spiritual outlook of situations, and many people are not ready to really do their research or to get involved or learn about what it really is when it comes to the spiritual side, because it may freak them out, or they may stumble across something that they're really not ready for when it comes to the soul-based level. But when it comes to situations like this, don't have to be a situation like this. Spirituality, there is another side, bro. There is another side. You best believe it. Some of us have the ability as if we're in both worlds at the same time because of how powerful this is right here. It's not a joke. Anybody that has ever laughed at you, whoever's resonated with this message, anybody who has ever taken you as a joke or has ever laughed at you, I want you to understand something, even though you may not be a clairvoyant or an intuitive person. If you are someone out there that may be gifted, you may be very artistic. Some of you out there could be an artist. You could be a painter. I'm getting something to do with a paintbrush, like you could be painting pictures, etc. Or you could be a singer. Some of you out there could be a professional singer. I want to let you know that those gifts come from the Most High. That's a gift of art. That's the way I look at it. That is a work of art. That is a gift of art. That right there is where I get the artistic type of vibe from. But at the same time, if some of you out there are gifted when it comes to being intuitive, okay, it don't matter who you are. If you have one heck of an intuition that is strong, you don't have to have your clairs or your clairs activated. But if some of you out there are intuitively gifted, consider yourself a very, very, very unique person. Because I want to tell you something right now. Don't you know your gift? You serve divine spiritual law. And when divine spiritual law is being violated from these individuals trying to manipulate things on their behalf in their favor, God put you down here to call that out physically in order for this to be presented in front of the physical law, to give them an eye open at what's really going on. They may not like it at first. They may be skeptical, but that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their right to be skeptical. But at the same time, when you stand with conviction and you stand with being straightforward in your truth, with a lot of passion and a lot of intensity, if you don't fight with passion, you're not going to win, bro. When you fight with passion, when you stand with conviction, when you have that authority, when you show that authority when it comes to a situation that may have been trying to cause some of y'all harm, take it from my experience. You may not see results right then and there. As long as you fight with passion, which is executed from a mental, psychological aspect of the situation, at being able to first defeat the situation mentally before you allow it to defeat you physically by energetically draining you of your energy. Because how are you able to fight something when half of it could be on a spiritual level and yet you need your energy in order to combat that? It's all about countering these ulterior motives on a spiritual level and an energetic level. I know I keep saying spiritual and energetic a lot, but this has a lot to do with what this read is talking about. Now, some of you out there may not know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. I mean, of course, you can know what I'm talking about when it comes to the spirituality side and energetic side with the energy. But some of this information may be kind of advanced. But I'm just going based off what I'm guided to channel through this reading. And this could better help some of y'all out there understand what may be causing these imbalances when it comes to your specific situation. If some of you out there are guided to balance out the law, do exactly that. Don't have a fear of how people view you, how people see you. It ain't about what the world wants from you. It's about you transforming people's perception at things that they couldn't see before. How you expect to be a leader if someone's going to continuously follow behind the rest of everybody else? To be a true leader, you have to stand up and go the exact opposite direction of what everybody else is going. I mean, you don't have to do that, but it's advisable. If you're guided and called to be on a specific journey and a path of spirituality, because I'm kind of getting a lot of spiritual cards here. The star card with the Wheel of Fortune, that is a lot of spirituality that's coming off of there with the patient, man. That's all about enlightenment. So some of you out there could be on a path of enlightenment, spirituality. You could be on a path of being very creative. You always have this fascination with nature. You always like being out in nature. There's something very significant that draws you to the ocean, or that draws you to specific areas of all walks of life when it involves nature. It could be even the mountains out there, the snowy mountains, the Rocky Mountains. That right there would be structure, like something about nature structure guide you to it. I'm going to tell you why nature is that attractive, why nature seems to attract you that way when it comes to certain structure of it. Because that's part of your gift, where you get your information from. People laugh, like people used to laugh whenever I said something about tree hugging, going out there and hugging a tree. If you was to go out there and hug a tree, don't you know that that right there adapts and absorbs negative energy? Trees don't just give off oxygen. They allow the soul to breathe, from the soul having to endure a lot of energy that it really don't need to carry. I could care less who laughs at that message. It's the truth. I have firsthand experience with that. Bro, if I'm out there hugging a tree, just sitting there and just meditating, I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not hurting nothing. I'm sitting there healing my soul. But it's legitimately called tree hugging. I mean, it could be another saying for that, but don't let nobody make you feel some type of way because of what you do if you are a spiritual person. Even if you go sit out there at a park or something, a public park, or you go out there and you meditate. If somebody sees you sitting there in Indian style, you sit there meditating, don't worry about what everybody else has to say. That's your reality. You're not violating no law. You're not doing anything to disturb anybody's peace. You're not committing disorderly conduct. You're simply out there doing a spiritual practice that is First Amendment protected, which is the freedom of belief, freedom of speech, and constitutional protected activity. That's all protected under the Constitution. Simple as that. I'm not laughing at y'all, collective. It's just the way I express myself when it comes to this type of energy here. And some of you out there can resonate heavily with this situation. Some of you could have been isolated for a long time with the Five of Cups. Some of you may even be around a lot of family. What I'm getting here is some of you could be around a lot of family, and you still don't feel like you fit in with these people. It's because you don't. Some of these individuals could literally be making you feel as if you're not welcome. But it's turning around. This is all turning around is what I'm getting here. There's something that's shifting. If you once didn't feel welcome to a family or to a public setting, these individuals feel unwelcome when it comes to what you're doing. It's like they feel guilty for unwelcoming you because of how much you're able to shift and transform situations, whoever you are out there. Don't you know it takes one person to inspire another and another and another and another? That wraps it right back around to leadership. And a true leader will never teach people how to be like them. They will inspire them to be themselves, because everybody has their own destiny. Everybody has their own purpose. People may talk about a purpose. People may have similar purposes or whatever. But there's always a slight difference because of the energy that's not identical to the next energy. That right there is all about the spiritual based knowledge that I'm going to kind of get into when it comes to that. So whoever you are that maybe resonate with this message here, I can reassure you that whoever has been trying to have or create these illusions of manipulation to have you isolated, or people not wanting to be around you, you not feeling welcome, when it comes to family get-togethers, when it comes to public get-togethers, this could be public activities, public events, this could be family events. Whatever this is with the Four of Wands reverse, this is a strong disapproval of what you have had to face. But things could be turning around because whoever has tried to build their foundations on egotistical beliefs, this could also be coming from some type of information, misinformation, disinformation, etc. Y'all gotta let the train go by real quick, y'all. Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, so some of you out there could have went through some type of disinformation campaign. I don't have the Six of Wands reverse here, but I'm kind of getting that with the Six of Swords reverse. Six of Wands reverse would be all about Like people making you feel as if you're a loser, not supporting your achievements, not supporting you, like what you achieved or what you're good at doing, but literally sitting there trying to rain on your parade, etc. That's mainly what the Six of Wands reverse means. Well, depending on how the rest of the cards look when it comes to the read. But anyways, for some of you out there, it's like this is all taking a major shift. There's a major shift that's taking place with the Wheel of Fortune. No matter how much these individuals try to manipulate something, it's still being seen for what it is. And whoever was being manipulated or tricked into a situation with nothing but illusions, this is something that they're struggling with accepting as reality because their ego is taking a major blow right now with the Magician reverse. And I'm going to tell you why. Because reality is the realest thing out there. Illusions don't hold any substance behind it. But that's the trick, the trick of the mind. And when the ego follows behind that and accepts that type of illusion, therefore another illusion continues, which is a breeding ground for deception. And that's exactly what is being discovered here through a situation because of how much times or how many times this was actually done in order to fool reality. But reality cannot be fooled. Reality is the one that's fooling the illusion. Because the illusion continuously kept on trying to overpower reality, just like I said about the current when it comes to the river or whatever it is. A current will always be stronger than someone swimming against it. Therefore, the current's always going to win. By someone relentlessly trying to manipulate external forces against you, eventually, they're going to tire themselves out with the Ten of Wands reverse. Eventually, they're going to lose their patience. They're going to lose their energy. And they're going to lose. It's like some of these individuals could be losing their mind. That's the manipulation reversing back up onto them with the Tower card reverse. Because everything of what has been being done with, all this energy that was being used was on a faulty foundation. Not just physical. We're not talking about the physical level. This is spiritual. The faulty foundation exists in the spiritual world. And when they have a faulty foundation spiritual, therefore, it will begin to manifest through the physical vessel, which is the physical 3D reality. Some of you out there can notice how there may be people that may be coming up to you and being sweet, and you don't feel as if it's fake with the Three of Cups. Some of you could be starting to notice how there's a drastic change in people wanting to be around you for some of you, but you're still on guard. You're still on guard, and they know exactly why you're on guard. I'm also getting some of these people that took part in this type of manipulation or deception, whatever was occurring when it comes to family get-togethers, or you being disapproved from your family, or being disapproved from some type of public setting with the Four of Wands reverse. It may not be everybody that may be agreeing to be on your side or to think that you're a cool person, but there's several individuals that there's a celebration here. It's like them trying to manipulate something to get you to feel like an outsider literally has had them wake up to the illusion that they are the outsiders. And this is bothering them. This could be based off some type of belief with the Magician reverse, what they believed in. The thing of it is the ego has a limited perception. It don't see beyond perception of duality, as like the soul does. The soul has the power to see beyond perception of duality, therefore creates this expansion. It can see things from all perspectives, therefore it gives a balanced type of perception with the Justice card. This has a lot to do with the cerebral cortex is what I'm getting. With the Justice, I'm getting something very significant about the cerebral cortex. This mainly has a lot to do with the ego no longer being involved, because the ego, like I said before, is the main cause of disagreements, fights, arguments, one-upping, trying to always be right. But the thing of it is, the soul knows the exact opposite. And that's simply why you feel that uneasy feeling when someone's lying to you, because they're not right. Your gut will be able to pick up on it. Pay attention to that feeling. If you ever feel this feeling of a dropping feeling, or something that just seems kind of sideways, like you feel like a tip to the side like that, or something tugging at you, pay attention to that feeling. Because that's your gut, that's your inner voice, your inner guidance warning you of a problem. Don't trust that person. I can't tell y'all not to trust the person or whatever, but your intuition is the loudest of all within its silence. Because if you really pay attention to it, if you tell yourself hello within the mind, can you physically hear that? Negative. Hopefully this right here could be awareness when it comes to that you do indeed have an inner voice. But it's not going to be on demand. Your inner voice, some people do claim that they hear that. It sounds like their voice, because it is. That's your soul. But if you really pay attention to it, bro, how are you able to hear that? If you just tell yourself hello in the mind, like hello, like this, hello. You say that to yourself in the mind, you can't hear that physically. Where's that voice? How are you hearing that voice? You're not imagining it either, because you can literally hear it, but how come you can't hear that with the physical ear? Many may perceive that as a conspiracy theory, etc., which people have their right to their own perceptions, but the way I perceive it, that's your inner voice. That's your soul, because you physically are not saying that. And it's not the mind that's saying that either. What else is saying that? Because imagination is completely different than hearing. That's the way I perceive it. This is something that you can spiritually hear, not so much on a physical level, but you can hear this. But the way it's perceived is through the brain. But the brain indeed has something located in the center of it right here. That's right here, called the pineal gland. Therefore, is a gland that activates that third eye. Okay, so some people could be awakening to the fact that there is a such thing as a spiritual outlook on what's really going on, because some of you out there may have these gifts that other people may have doubted or may have been skeptical about, for some of you out there. But for some of you, people are no longer skeptical. They really do have clairvoyance, clairaudience, and the other clairs that are out there. In other words, they do indeed have real psychics out there, bro. It may be a rare occasion, but they have them. For some of you, you are that person. Some of you could be an Aquarius, don't have to be. Pisces energy. That's a spiritual card. Libra energy. And Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus with the Wheel of Fortune. The spiritual cards are the Patient Man, the Star, and they have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is basically all about like external forces. That can also be universal energy. But that's still on a spiritual based level, because they have angels on that card. You know what I'm saying? They have angels on that card. They have animals too. So some of you out there have spirit animals. Okay, so this can wrap it right back around to what I was saying earlier about some of you out there enjoying the structure of nature. You pay attention to the way that the birds sound. And there's a certain frequency and tone that nature is trying to get your attention as. Some of you out there can literally get spiritual downloads or receive spiritual downloads from cardinals. You can receive spiritual downloads from doves, etc. Pay attention to the chirps. Pay attention to the frequency. You will be able to discern that on a spiritual based level. You may not be able to understand them physically through the physical hearing, but your soul can resonate with how they're chirping. Your soul can literally pick up if they're upset, if they're happy, if they're anxious, if they're nervous. You will be able to intuitively discern that. You may be noticing how people may accuse a dog of being bad, and that dog could look mean from the external level, but yet you go up to the dog sits there and loves on you. It's not by the outer exterior what that dog picks up. I'm going to tell you what that dog picks up, because that dog is highly intuitive. That dog knows exactly what it senses, and when it senses danger or it senses fear, that right there is going to put them into attack mode. That's pretty much the same for like the animals, etc. When it comes to the dogs, you got the lions, etc., and all of them. Which that's a bit more, on that level, on the extreme level. I wouldn't recommend that. So there is a disclaimer in the description box below. I'm just saying. So the information can't be misinterpreted. But when it comes to a dog, somebody could say that that dog's mean. But yet, how come that dog don't have a problem with someone that may look intimidating, but yet when the dog is around that person, the dog's calm? It's because that person has a good heart. That person has a good soul. They have a great spirit. And that dog is able to pick up energetically the vibrations of that person's soul. How you think a dog is able to pick up a spirit in the house when it just stares and barks and barks and barks and barks? Or if there's a bad person that's around and yet that dog keeps on just barking and barking and barking because he picks up something that ain't right about that person. But the person may not even look scary. He or she may not even look intimidating. But why is that dog barking at that person? Because looks could be deceiving. That dog is picking up something beyond that vessel that ain't right with that person, bro. Trust what animals feel around people, and trust what other people, elderly people, etc. Trust what they pick up about people. Some of you out there, I'm getting something to do with elderly. They could be elderly people in the law is what I'm getting. That could be kind of in their 50s. They could be in their mid-50s. They could be 51. Or they could be 55. So this could be some elderly people in the law. They will be able, some of you may have not have had any problems with elderly people, depending on who it is or whatever, because you really can't say anything based off the elderly or whatever, just like some of the young ones in there in the law. But I'm getting something very significant about elderly people. Some of you out there can receive like just a genuine gesture from elderly people. Like they could smile at you or they could greet you in a very respectful manner. It's because they have the gift of ability. Like they have the gift of clairvoyance. Just like that dog, it may be different, but they have the ability to feel when someone's a good person. Bro, believe it or not, do you know some judges are intuitive? Some judges have the ability to see through people. Why do you think they give people a second chance? Even though they could have screwed up or whatever. Some of them have the gift of intuition. There could be a judge somewhere that may have the gift of intuition. That could be an elderly person. Don't have to be an elderly person. It could be anyone. This give me the vibes of a judge because that's the scales. That means legal matters, right? And then you have the sword that could be interpreted as the gavel. And that would be the judge in his gown. His or her gown. That's sitting there. Some of them are intuitive. If they're giving somebody a second chance, I'm going to tell you why. It's because they see through someone. They see somebody for who they are. Simple as that. And there could literally be someone that may see this about someone. When the rest of the individuals don't see this, it could just take one of them to take one look at you and tell with the justice card. So if you was ever done wrong, for some of you out there, you could be a female, a lady. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have a lady. Let me not say that word because that's going to cause a whole lot of other distractions. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to get in that voice again and start talking like that. And people ain't going to better to stick around. They're going to get scared. I'm going to scare everybody off. Ain't nobody going to want to be around and listen to the read. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go in there and talk like that, because then they'll really look at you like crazy. Like, excuse me, objection. You know what I'm saying? That's something to object. I'm going to tell you right now, but there ain't no amount of headache medicine in the world that'll get rid of that damn headache. You know what I'm saying? Listening to that. But anyways, that wasn't really a good joke. But I'm just saying, though, like, that voice is funny. I don't know if some of you out there, or some of you that's been subscribed to my channel, you know I talk like that before. But yeah, you could be a female that could be going through a situation. And you're speaking the truth, don't have to be a female. You could be a male too. The word lady's funny how I say lady. Apparently people like the way I say the word lady. I mean, that's what she is. It's a lady, right? Lady. Just like a man, a dude. Maybe it's the way I sound it out. Maybe it's the way I pronounce it. Just don't pronounce it in the other tone. Lady, you know what I'm saying? That's when she really going to throw her hand up as I say, excuse me. Objection. But anyways, I'm kind of getting something about someone that may have been, like, some of you could literally be a female that could have went through something, and you could be spiritual. You could be using intuitive intelligence when it comes to a situation. Queen of Swords give me the vibes of intuitive intelligence. You can either be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius feminine. That could be using your intuitive intelligence when it comes to these type of matters. Or, heck, for some of you out there, your intuition and your creative side of your gifted abilities could literally be helping you out with a legal matter. But yet, there's somebody manipulating something continuously in order to try to distort your gifts. It's like they're trying to literally be like the Grinch that's trying to literally take something that was gifted to you by the Most High. It's like they trying to come through like the Grinch stole Christmas or something. Man, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? That That's a negative. That I'm telling you, brother, manipulation is not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's actually going to work against them and tire them out even more with the 10 of Wands reverse. Like, bro, this is like whatever keeps on being done, it's an over and over and over and over and over and over and over type process that ain't going to get anywheres. It's not going to get them anywheres, but with a heck of a headache. Like somebody just keeps running to a wall over and over and over and over and over with the Six of Swords reverse. It's like they know that the currents are strong, that the current is going to win, but they still keep doing it. They continue and continue and continue. Do I have to spell it out for the individuals? C-O-N-T-I-N, continue. Hold on. C-O-N-T-I-N-U-E, continue. I got too much messages coming through, y'all. I really don't have the time to spell that word. Continue. I kind of have a lot of messages that's coming through all at one time. I really don't have the time to be spelling out words. You know what I'm saying? To see, that's another distraction. Okay, so someone is trying to literally challenge your intelligence. That's what it looks like. Because some of you out there are highly intelligent with the Star card, Queen of Swords. That's a lot of intelligence. But it's like the more that they try to challenge your intelligence, the more that this illusion seems to manifest even harder upon them, to where it makes them highly uncomfortable on an analytical level, because the more that they try to pick apart your intelligent levels, the more that they are finding their ego is being picked apart by them literally sitting there exposing themselves. Like I said, they ain't got nothing on you at the Ten of Wands reverse. The more they try to get something on you through this art of manipulation, the more it puts everything back off on them. And it's like, this ain't doing nothing but causing more problems and more problems and more problems and causing a lot of imbalances. But yet, this is what this is going to do is it's going to create this type of shift and transformation where things can eventually be balanced out. It may not be now, it may not be tomorrow. Hell, it may not even be 14 days, which is 2 weeks from now. But eventually, it will be balanced out. They're still trying to avoid something with the Tower reverse. Still trying to avoid. Still trying to manipulate. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. That's why this manipulation is being used, is because they do not want to be held accountable. This is manipulative energy that does not want to be contained or held accountable. That's all about something that's not contained. It's like energy, scattered energy everywhere. Bro, this is like, I'm telling you right now, bro, it's like, man. This is scattered energy. Like, you know how they have scattered showers, etc. when it comes to the weather? This is scattered energy. Oh, the Page of Pentacles reverse does represent, in the logical meaning of the tarot, scattered energies. Okay, so someone's definitely trying to scramble and scrabble. Somebody's bro, it's like they're in a hurry to manipulate something at the last minute. They're trying to give it all they got because they know they're going to lose. That's what this is here. They know they're going to lose. Look, with the 5 of Cups. Now they want to sit there and pout about it. Now they want to sit there and feel bad about it. Ain't nobody talking to them. Ain't nobody. Okay, so people could be turned against each other and be willing to be on your side to be your friend. Because of friends that they thought that they was friends with are actually ending, because end is in the word friend, right? That friendship's ended because it's fake. It was built off a faulty foundation of lies and deception. Bruh, people could literally be splitting up and breaking up because of some of you out there. Like, the more that they try to go against you and manipulate something, this can literally be bringing out a lot of fake people's skeletons. And this could literally be exposing things about their friendships that don't have any involvement with you. That could be exposing things that's not really right behind closed doors with relationships, with engagements, with marriages. All that's coming out. That's all the form of karma, bro. That's universal karma. That's universal law. Universal spiritual law. Eventually, it's going to come back and catch up. So if they're living on a faulty foundation, unhappy, miserable, and not speaking up for themselves or agreeing to be somewhere where they're really not happy, but yet because it feels comfortable, the universe is pushing these individuals out their comfort zone. Because I'm going to tell you right now, wasn't it uncomfortable you dealing with an injustice? So now, therefore, there's a shift that's happening to where this removal out of their comfort zone is going to be highly uncomfortable to them. They're not ready for that, but the universe says, okay, so someone's apparently tampering with my phone, and I will let it be known. But anyways, I'm going to keep on with the message. My phone just got overheated. It's not plugged in or nothing. So I will speak up about that. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying about these scattered energies. It's like the universe says, checkmate. That's what I was saying. So the universe says checkmate when it comes to this situation. Because this energy, like this pushing them out their comfort zone, is highly uncomfortable to them. But the universe does not care about that. It's saying checkmate. Queen of Pentacles reverse, as I'm saying that. With the Page of Swords reverse. So yeah, someone is definitely doing a lot of dark magic. The Queen of Pentacles reverse is a dark witch. This is all about like abusive divination, etc. Someone's a dark divinationist, if that's even a word. Dark divinationist. I'm not really getting practitioner vibes. I'm getting a dark divinationist. If that's even a word. I know they have divination as a word, but this is an individual that is trying to cause some type of interference and to try to manipulate things on a earthly level, to imbalance things on a physical plane with the Queen of Pentacles reverse. But the universe is gladly using its sacred ancient powers in order to have this individual right here diffuse, disarm, or what they keep on doing when it comes to using underworld powers to commit underworld crimes against you. There's something very significant about underworld crimes that are coming out, and this could be literally presented to a court of law. Good. Needs to. These witches need to be exposed. These warlocks and witches need to be exposed. Expose them in that courtroom, Lord. Expose them. That's a positive. Okay, so some of you could be celebrated. There could be some form of celebration that this is coming out to the light with the Three of Cups. Okay, so something could be coming out about individuals trying to use things to their advantage when it comes to manipulating underworld energies. This could be as far as conjuring up demons, doing certain ritualistic practices in order to affect court cases, affect certain things on a judicial level. This needs to come out. This needs to come out. Yeah, this is not in your head either. With the Nine of Swords reverse, this is not in your head. This is actually real. This does happen. But in order to prove that, you're going to have to capture this on camera. You're going to have some type of footage to prove what is being done. But I'm going to tell you right now, if these individuals worked enough to obtain information, they will be able to prove that. I'm getting something could be proven too. Some of these individuals could be agreeing to turn some of these individuals in to show somebody in here or what has been taking place when it comes to that. And this could be a shocker to a judge is what I'm getting with the Justice card. This could be a shocker. This could literally be upsetting this person. With the Five of Cups, this could be emotionally upsetting them. Yeah, it is. It is. It's bothering them. This could also be bothering the air sign. It's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is definitely bothering someone in the law is what it looked like to me. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Cups reverse. This could have literally caused a separation between an air sign and somebody else. These two don't have to be married, but it was well on its way to marriage, but yet something got in the way of manipulated things. I'm also getting this individual. There's an air sign that could be discovering the fact that they could have looked upon as one of their friends as a leader. But yet turns out this could be a female. Don't have to be a female, but there's a lot of feminine energy. Let me go ahead and clarify that real quick. Is this a feminine energy in the Three of Swords? Possibly so. Or it could be vice versa. Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, so someone could be literally catching on to a third party that was interfering with their connection, with their old man, etc. They could be catching another female that was interfering with their connection and their relationship with a man of theirs, their old man, and yet it's been doing something for a long time. And yet literally it's been doing things underneath this individual's nose right in front of them, but yet they could be catching on to something. This could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius that could be catching on to something. That someone that they once trusted as a friend has betrayed them by doing something very, 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 how can I say this? There's something that's going on here that is not right at all. What is this? Clarify that. The moon reverse. Okay, so whatever this is, this could have something in regards to some type of moon rituals. This could have a lot to do with magic, witchcraft, with the moon reverse. This air sign or water sign could have been feeling kind of suspicious. Like they could have been feeling as if something wasn't right. There could have been one of these individuals' friends that could have had them believe that this is okay. But yet this could be causing a lot of problems in this air sign's connection. But there's something physically that's been going on, not just with rituals, etc. There's something physically that's been taking place that someone's going to get caught at with the moon and the Seven of Swords reverse. Look like to me somebody tried to sneak this individual behind their back, but yet whatever was done behind their back is now surfacing to the light with the moon reverse. If some of you out there was accused of trying to separate an air sign or a water sign's relationship or whatever, to be exact, this is also coming out that you're not behind this. This is one of this individual's friends that they could have seen as a friend that was getting in between both of these individuals, but yet possibly trying to imposter you with the Seven of Swords reverse and getting caught in that too. They getting caught in that too. This is imposter right here. So whoever has been trying to imposter someone is definitely getting caught in that too. This could all be coming out in a courtroom, bro, with the justice card. I'm not saying it will, but from the looks of it, it needs to. It needs to, so everything could be balanced out the way it should. I mean, we really don't have control over that, y'all. Like, whatever happens, happens. Because I'm kind of getting this situation here. But whatever happens, it's for everybody's highest good with the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever happens, I can reassure y'all that it's for everybody's highest good for a natural transformation to take place. And this can literally enlighten people that this is not the way to go, bro. Like to try to betray an innocent person, to take advantage, and to try to abuse certain things in order to try to keep on getting away with something. This is not the way to go about it. Because all it's going to do is draw a lot of negative energy. Like there's going to be a lot of negative energy that's going to be pulling on a lot of individuals. And eventually what's going to happen is they could be doing this without realizing that this is exposing a lot of other things that has been taking place. And this is all due to a lot of karma that is coming back out in order to balance things back out the way that they should be. So if somebody was trying to do something to inspire someone's, like this could be a female that could have been friends with another female, but yet this female has been doing things behind this female's back that she thought she could trust. And yet turns out there's something with her lover that something could be coming out, and this could be a shocker or whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, brother, I'm getting some witches here. There's some witches here. There could be 3 of them. There could be 3 witches here that could have gathered together. You think that these individuals are your friend, bro. They ain't your friend. They ain't your friend. They're going to tear your family apart. Watch. 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 They ain't your friend. Give me another confirmation. Hierophant reverse. Taurus energy. Okay, so this was something that wasn't even a marriage. This could have been leading up to a marriage, but yet something got in the way of that. With the Hierophant reverse. This is definitely cultural, is what I'm getting, if that's how you say that word. These individuals thought it was cool to be part of some type of cult or something. That's exposed too. Moon reverse. Yeah, okay, so this could have these individuals going back and forth with each other with the 5 of Wands. I just said that earlier, bro. These individuals could literally be turned against each other because of a lot of things coming out that they thought everything was okay, but yet it's really not. Turns out everybody has been sneaking each other. Because in the end, they only care about, like, they don't even care about themselves, but the way that they're giving off this energy, they only care about themselves. They're only in it for a good time. When they no longer have the resources, then they're out. These are the same individuals that gather together to manipulate things against you with the 5 of Wands. Now look at them. Now look at them. Going against each other. Because there's a lot of other things that's not connected to you, but someone try to manipulate something as if something was connected to you, but that's getting caught also with the Page of Pentacles reverse. Somebody could have been on a fake account or something. They could have been sending messages, and this right here was having you falsely accused, wrongfully accused of something. Trying to get you to appear as if you're the one that's talking to someone and trying to manipulate things to try to cause a breakup. And this could have caused a lot of friction and conflict within this household of 2 lovers. But yet it was somebody that was a friend of theirs that was doing that. And this is what's coming out to the surface. But this could literally be coming out in the court of law with the justice card. They did figure out who this was, yeah. With the Seven of Swords and the Moon card. This is a group of females. Bro, look at these females. Y'all see that? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so if these individuals are meant to be together, like they could fix their connection. If these individuals are meant to be together, I'm getting that they could possibly fix their connection. Because the individual that has been causing all these problems between two people that are engaged, that could have led them to a marriage, I'm getting they could still be guided into a marriage if they agree to stay together. Whoever was doing this to them are single. Home wrecking vibes with the Four of Wands reverse. It's giving me the vibes of home wrecking vibes. They're miserable. And the same individual that's been doing this to this individual's lover or whatever, that's been doing this to cause problems in a connection, has been screwing with you, with people connected to them that are also having problems. Ace of Wands reverse. Just give me the vibes of a lack of energy. Not having the ability to push forward with a situation due to a lack of energy, a lack of inspiration. That's good. This right here is draining the energy out of them with the Ace of Wands reverse. This is a lack of energy, a lack of excitement. I guess so it's not exciting. Not when they find out somebody that they trusted for all these years, turns out they're the ones that's causing issues. And yet trying to accuse you of it. But you're protected from that with the Seven of Wands. You're you're protected from that. You just minding your business with the Nine of Pentacles. Trying to get it to where y'all can see the card, y'all. You just minding your business. Y'all see that? This is connected to some type of plan. This could have been going on the last 1 or 2 years straight, the last 1 or 2 weeks straight. Something could have got way out of line, or something could have been exposed 1 or 2 weeks ago, to be exact. Or something could be well on its way at being exposed. Because with the Seven of Swords and the Moon reverse, this is something that they're not going to be able to get away with. No, they're not. This will be exposed with the Moon and the Seven of Swords reverse. They will get caught, and it will be presented out in the open, is what I'm getting. It makes it even better if this is presented to individuals in here that may or not have had your best interest at heart for a long time, but something could be shifting. Something could always shift. It's not going to remain the same as what I'm getting. And I'm getting the bad ones will be confronted about their bad behavior, their unethical practices, because this right here is uncalled for. And if this is something that is being continuously done over and over, I will let it be known I'm not a legal counsel or whatever. I'm not a legal advisor, so there is a disclaimer in the description box below. But when it comes to what I've studied, that I have plenty of experience on as studying, when it comes to these type of violations of a repetitive pattern, something that is being done in a cycle, and something of misconduct being done, that will be in violation of Title 42, Section 14141. Depending on the type of situation it is, whether it's non-isolated or whether if it is isolated. Okay, that would more so be on a federal level of the Title 42, Section 14141. But it has to be other things to actually verify that, especially when it comes to the isolation, non-isolation or isolated, etc. But that will be a continuous pattern of misconduct, and there's something else that could be coming out with the Hierophant reverse. The Hierophant being in reverse is all about like someone not doing things by the book either. Like there are laws that are written There are certain statutes, titles, codes, sections that are written, but yet nobody, there's a lot of failure here with the Hierophant reverse. Especially when it comes to protecting some of you out there. So you possibly had to stand up, take the stand for yourself, and to defend yourself. Because it's quite obvious nobody is doing anything to help matters any, but from the looks of it, these individuals continuously trying to bother you or whatever keeps on being done, could literally be exposing a lot of things that are not connected to you. I mean, some of it could be connected, or they try to manipulate something to try to have these individuals perceive if something is connected to you, but it's not. That could have been verified that someone was impostering your character, which would be using your identity off a fake page with the Page of Pentacles reverse. Give me another message. King of Swords reverse. Okay, so some of these individuals may not want to be held accountable for their actions, but too bad. Universe says otherwise. Spirituality and other laws says otherwise. You will be held accountable, buddy. Yes, you will. You're an official that's been lying on an innocent person. You will be held accountable for your lies. And first off, it depends on how much you've been lying, how much you've been obstructing this individual justice. Because if you're obstructed on a federal jurisdictional level, that would be in violation of Title 18, Section 242, deprivating the individual of their civil rights and their federal protected rights. So you got some explaining to do, buddy. Whoever you are. Temperance card, as I'm saying that. That's divine intervention. Okay, so there's angels all around that are protecting the individual that was being done dirty from these individuals lying. King of Swords reverse. This is definitely someone to not be trusted in position of authority. Not meant to be trusted. People may have been skeptical too as to say that, oh, well, they never do anything wrong. They are wrong. They are wrong. It may not be all of them, but there's a few of them that are wrong, bro. Yes, they are. And there's something that can back that up too. There's tangible proof of evidence that can back that up. If these individuals so much try to interfere or cause some type of interference with non-tangible evidence or whatever evidence that they presented in order to try to get something to be believable to go against you, that right there will be witness tampering and fabrication of evidence. So that right there is tampering with a decision, trying to influence a decision. So that, bro, I'm very passionate about calling this out. That would be, what is that? Y'all give me a minute. US 18 code 201. The bribe of jurors, and then they have witnesses, etc. I want to see. If there's an official that's doing that with the King of Swords reverse. Bro, this needs to be called out. If some of you out there are standing your ground, you could be a female, don't have to be. You may not be dealing with an identical situation like everybody else's, but whoever is resonating with this, even if it's bits and pieces that maybe resonate with your situation, it's good to call this out. If somebody has submitted some type of non-tangible proof, which is not going to be legitimate proof because it was tampered with, therefore it comes trying to influence something. I'm getting something very significant about trying to influence something with the Page of Pentacles reverse. This is not tangible proof or evidence with the Page of Pentacles reverse. In fact, this was manipulated, and this was meant to go against you in order to try to prove to the other party, which would be the plaintiff, because they're trying to have you as a defendant to a situation, correct? Because whenever you being charged, wrongfully accused of something, you are defendant to a situation. But yet, this could be reversing and putting you in the plaintiff chair, and they are now the defendant. They have to defend what they have been doing to you all along that's catching up with them with all this manipulation. So therefore, who's the ones that's wrong and who's the one that's right? There's a lot of mask coming off with the Moon reverse and the Seven of Swords reverse. There's a lot of mask being ripped off. And whoever has been involved at trying to present some type of, I want to say it's insufficient. Whoever has been recently involved at trying to tamper or try to provide some tangible proof of evidence, this was created through the works of fabrication. Possibly through a fake, illegitimate account, that come from one of the perpetrators that originally have you involved in the case to start with. They should be held accountable. Y'all, look, I'm not going to apologize. I'm just very passionate about calling things out from the way I feel energetically or whatever, but this is what it looks like. Some of you could be an air sign that could be dealing with this, like this could be very frustrating to you, because I'm really channeling a feminine's energy here, but it could be vice versa. It's like you feel like you're all alone. Some of you can either be a Libra or an Aquarius feminine that could be dealing with that, or a Gemini. Okay, that would be 3 of the air elements. Like, you may be having a hard time defending yourself. You feel like nobody's going to believe you. No, there will be people that's going to believe you. You speak up. You speak up. Speak up. Don't ever be afraid of speaking up. If some of you feel that you can handle this situation alone without an attorney, I can't tell you what to do, but if your intuition is telling you that you got this, your intuition is on point. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. I can't tell y'all what to do, but I would advise y'all to listen to your intuition. If you feel like you don't need an attorney, or some of you may have some type of degree. You may be an attorney yourself that could be faced with a situation or whatever, being wrongfully accused. Like, these individuals are trying to do everything and all to have you wrongfully accused, etc. Whatever this is, trust your intuition, especially if you have the gift. Because there are some attorneys that get pulled over for no reason, but yet they know their rights because they have the degree in order to defend themselves. I'm also getting there's an attorney that could have had to contact another attorney to represent them because it was just too stressful for a situation, and this attorney can actually be filling in for somebody that could be getting things straight. As I say, hold up a minute, this is what's going on. Okay, so someone's very passionate about the law. This Queen of Swords, whoever this is, bro, somebody's very passionate about the law because somebody may be having somebody else to hold their, like, something about appearing for them. So that would be taking their appearance, or however you say that. I don't want to say it the wrong way, like appearing for them. There could be 2 attorneys somewheres, and one could be appearing for the other one because this is way too much on the situation. But whoever this attorney is a legitimate attorney. Like, they're very powerful. So they possibly have a lot of information on what's going on. So whoever this is can definitely defend you. Whoever this is resonating with, they will defend you. Or if this is you that's resonating with the situation, and you may not be, how can I say that? Like, you may not be one of these individuals, then I'm pretty sure that if you trust your intuition on the situation, you have nothing to worry about. Then everything is going to work out just the way it's supposed to work out, however it goes. Like, however this goes, it's destined for it to go exactly like that. No matter how much manipulation is being done, you still are going to get what you're well deserving of. That's just how their energies feel in this reading. But I'm getting that if you have been already going through a situation for a long time and you have been treated wrong and unfairly, and nobody is agreeing to help you out, nobody is seeing where you're coming from, everybody just want to shun you to the side and keeps on putting all these burdens on your back just to see how much you could carry while they sit back and cause more issues for you, their time is up. Their time is up. Somebody has witnessed this. That's what I'm getting. So there's a witness that could be coming forward. Several individuals that could be agreeing to be a character witness to you on your behalf. That could be witnessing you putting in all the work to defend yourself. For some of you out there, if you're a female, it's like this is very stressful on you. I'm going to tell you right now, whoever you are that has been putting up one heck of a fight here with the situation, a fight for your justice, you will get it. You will get it because these individuals are trying to fight to continuously keep causing you an injustice while you fighting for actual justice. So that right there, like, wouldn't that be what they call that, malicious prosecution? I'm getting something to do with that too. Malicious prosecution, using things to their benefit in order to continuously stagnate and delay things rather than help provide you with justice, but yet want to run an injustice against you. Ooh. That's a problem that you may not no longer have to face or deal with, because it's not your place to deal with that. It's the individuals that try to put all these burdens on you for them to face the consequences, even if it is a couple of officials. They deserve to be held accountable too, because like that saying goes, nobody is above the law. Everybody's going to have to face judgment day one day. And there's a judge here, but I could be putting their foot down as I say, you know what? They ain't right. They're not right. They're actually wrong, and they could be proven to be wrong. Okay, so there is some order here. I'm getting somebody banging the guy. Hey, let's have some order here. Like people want to get riled up in the court. What they call that? Recess or something? Hear somebody say that they gotta have some order here. Some order here. Somebody saying that there's some order here. Everybody want to get scrambled up in the cut. That could be what this is here. Look at this. Everybody want to go round and round and round and argue with each other. This really ain't funny, y'all. This is not a funny thing to do, but I'm getting that people could literally be having an outburst, and the judge has to call order. Hey, they got to have some order here. That's enough. That's what I'm hearing. Like people going back and forth, whatever. Sound like to me a lot of individuals don't like being held accountable, bro, and they don't like how something is going to go exactly how it's meant to go, and for some of you, it could end up going in your favor. I mean, this is universal, y'all. Like, I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm really not going to do any predictions, but from the looks of it, if you have been done wrong for a long time, with nothing but manipulation, deception, you not being believed, nobody having your side, you continuously having a struggle alone with the Nine of Wands energy, then if you put up one heck of a fight to fight for your justice, and you know that this is resonating with you, then it can possibly go in your favor. But it's because you put up one heck of a fight, bro. Like that's why. You didn't sit there and take all this abuse, even though it feels as if you were sitting there and you had to endure that. You still stood up, bro. You still stood up. You still spoke up. You still stood up to individuals that was doing this to you continuously or whatever. And someone can be acknowledging your efforts at trying to diffuse and trying to dismantle a situation before it gets out of control. And something is telling me that this could have got out of control or have gotten out of control the last 1 or 2 weeks with the Two of Swords reverse and the Moon reverse. That's giving me the vibes of 2 weeks, which would be 14 days. I mentioned that earlier too, something about 14 days. That would be 2 weeks. So something very significant about 2 weeks. Look, then they got the Four of Wands. There's something very significant about that. Why am I getting 2 weeks? Ace of Pentacles reverse, something involving financial matters. Some of you could be hesitant on providing financial matters to someone. The Ace of Pentacles reverse. There's a missed opportunity. Like some of you out there could literally be in this hesitant energy. It's giving me the vibes of hesitant energy. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles reverse. You could be an earth sign. Don't have to be. Yeah, whatever this is that's causing you to hesitate, it's being cleared up. There's a reality check. So if you feel as if something is not being seen, that was causing some type of hesitation, no, something is being seen for what it is. And I'm getting whatever is causing you to be in this hesitant energy, it's going to intercept that and stop that. That's a yes. Nine of Cups is a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. King of Wands. Okay, so there's someone that can stand up, or this could be you. That could be intercepting something because you're willing to stand up. You're willing to fight for your rights. You're willing to be passionate. Some of you out there have a serious passion for stuff like this. Or now that someone sees through some type of confusion and illusion, they have something to be passionate about. Like this could be fueling their passions in order to stand up and actually say something. Okay, so people are no longer scared to be on your side. Because this is what delusion was, creating some type of separation. Like everybody has to be on their side, but yet you can't have nobody on your side. But yet they expect all these individuals to group up against you. I'm getting a judge could have dealt with some bullying. I'm getting a, yeah, bro, there's a judge that could have dealt with some bullying, and he could be remembering this. He or she could be remembering something whenever people grouped up against them and try to bully them, and now look where they at. They get to put bullies away. Bro, some of you out there, like, if you was going through a situation where somebody was trying to bully you or whatever, or trying to harass or do something like that, you could have a position in law to actually put these individuals away yourself. If you agree, like, I'm not, just like I said, I'm not a legal advisor, but if you agree to take up law school or whatever this is, this is their worst fear too. There's a judge that possibly knows something about some of you out there, that this is their worst fear. Because if you was an official, bro, these individuals wouldn't stand a chance against you. They would have been on God. They call them. Look at that. The Empress card. Some of you could be a Libra, a Taurus. The Knight of Cups, you're a genuine person. Don't have to be. Don't have to be one of these zodiac signs, but this is a major arcana that represents Taurus, Libra energy. Or there could be somebody that could be providing someone with some type of assistance or something. Like providing them with some type of nurturing, calming, balancing type of energy in order to help balance out a situation. In order to give them a boost of power, in order to finish this situation exactly how it's supposed to end, not with manipulation, but yet how things are supposed to end with being fair and balanced. Because something has been imbalanced, like I don't know what, with the Magician reverse. And there's definitely a lot of manipulation that was present, still could be being present, still could, blah, it still could be present. The manipulation could still be present. Six of Cups reverse. This is somebody that you've been moved on from. So this could have something to do with a past person that keeps manipulating something. Except, look, that's the truth. Ace of Swords. That's the truth. So this could have something to do with somebody that you've been moved on from. And you have truth and clarity on it. Queen of Cups. You trusted your intuition. This is something intuitive based, like you trusted your intuition on something. Yeah, you've been walked away from this person with the Eight of Cups. And it's like they keep on trying to cause problems. Like, there's something going on here to where you've been walked away from somebody, but yet they keep on trying to manipulate a false narrative as if you're still into them or as if you still want to have a connection. No, you don't. And there's other people that has acknowledged this. Because whoever this individual is using other individuals who you think has been impostering you this whole time. It's connected to this person that don't want to leave you alone. So whoever has been trying to create this narrative as if you're the one that can't walk away, you can't leave them alone, or you're sitting there doing shady things to them. No, that's them impostering you and using other individuals to their advantage and all to keep on getting away with harming you. And this is something right here that's being seen. Good. Yeah. Oh, God. The two of swords. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Bro, as soon as I said that, look at the Two of Swords reverse. Bro, don't you know that means lies being exposed? That's all about everything being seen for what it is. I don't know if y'all can see. Look at that. This all about not being able to have clarity. It's in reverse. It's in reverse. People see that for what it is, bro. Oh, look at that. Look, another confirmation, the High Priestess. Some of you could have called this out intuitively. I knew I was picking up some spiritual energy. Some of you could be a Pisces. Your intuition was on point the whole time. Whoever you are there, you may have not have spoken out. But for some of you, you could have spoken out. Your intuition was on point the whole time. So whoever was disbelieving you or whatever, it's not that they didn't believe you. It's they did believe you, but yet they chose to do the right thing by giving you justice with a justice card. But guess what? Universe and spirituality says otherwise. Some of you, your gifts are actually right. You was right the whole time with the high priestess. Oh, look at that. Look, Seven of Pentacles, there's evidence to actually prove this. There's tangible proof physically to prove what some of you out there could have knew intuitively. There's physical proof here. That's going to better to prove your intuition right. Yeah, look at that. Eight of Wands. Look, there's a lot of information coming out. This could be due to some conversations that this individual was having with other people about you by trying to have you set up to go to jail. You remember what I channeled earlier about malicious prosecution? That could be coming out too. Telling you, Eight of Swords is in reverse. Okay, so there's a lot of messages, a lot of conversations that are connected to these individuals or what you called out. For some of you out there, if you did trust your intuition, you could have went based off your intuition for some of you out there. But for some of you, you could have actually did things on your own and you could have discovered some physical proof that linked these individuals together. That's all you need. But I'm getting that someone could have did that for you. They could have respected you enough in order to do that for you. And this right here makes it even better because I'm going to tell you right now, with legitimate tangible proof of evidence versus this right here is what's going to better to discredit these witness testimonies. Because once you could discredit them and have them disarmed and their credibility to drop to the zero, that right there weakens their defense. Don't it? Once you can, bro, it don't matter how many witness testimonies are in this courtroom. If you know how to cross-examine properly, because some of you out there, you may be an attorney, so you may be very experienced at that on just when, knowing just how and when to do that. Because there's certain steps to take. There's a certain procedure when it comes to that. Because whenever you're able to identify certain patterns when it comes to some of these statements that are being made, there's a certain way that you use the cross-examining tactic or whatever. Just like I said, I'm not a legal advisor. I'm just going based off my intuition. Okay? That's what I'm intuitively guided to share. It's my gift to the world. When it comes to a certain procedure, it's knowing when to use specific tactics. Because you could get somebody tell on themselves without even trying that hard. It's all about knowing when to object. If they're giving a false testimony, that's when you object. But it's the timing. It's all about the timing. When to object. But you have to object and fight with a passion in order to prove whoever this is that is innocent, to prove them of their innocence, etc. It's all about knowing when to object because there is a time, like there's something about timing. I'll get something to do with timing with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a certain time to object. Something's not right, object it. Therefore, you present a bit of cross-examination when it comes to that. This is why you objected, and it's either the judge going to rule the objection or they're going to rule against it, etc. I don't really know what they say when it comes to that, but there is a such thing as objection. That means you object, objection. But some people don't know the right timing when to object. If you know how to properly question or cross-examine, it wouldn't take you that long to drop their credibility. It wouldn't take that long. Depending on what questions are being asked, like how it's going, because everything is different, you know. But for some situations, it's all about how the situation is going. But just like I said, it's all about the right timing, the passion beyond the objection, and something that can literally prove why you're objecting something in order for something to be ruled of that objection, etc. And it's knowing the proper way to cross-examine. You can still cross-examine, but do not be intimidating. Because that right there is going to be a natural flow of deception that's going to come out the plaintiff. See, you don't want to be seen to be intimidating the witness, like the witness testimonies. You don't want to be seen like that from the prosecutor, the judge. You want to be seen as a calm person, because through the art of intimidation can be done within calmness. Because when you present yourself as a scary person, of course it may have them slip up, but that could be used against them. It's all about how you do that, bro, because that could be used as, oh, well, they was nervous. They was anxious. They didn't know what to say. You don't want to be seen as somebody making a witness nervous. You don't want to be seen as that. You want to do things in a calm, balanced manner. Bro, I don't even have experience in this. This is just something that my gifts are heightened to where I'm being guided to exercise this, or to show the world what it really is, like how this side of me really comes out whenever I'm pushed to that point in order to give informational flow. Okay? But once again, it's entertainment purposes only, and there is a disclaimer in the description box below. I'm not a legal advisor, but this is just something that's coming through to me as a gift. Okay? But anyways, you do not want to be seen to be intimidating a witness, because the judge could be paying attention to that. The prosecutor and the jurors are going to be paying attention to that. And you don't want to look bad as somebody that is defending yourself, okay? If you want to do this on your own accord, if you know a lot about the law, which is highly recommended to have an attorney present there for you in order to do the cross-examination or whatever they got to do. But anyways, when it comes to these type of matters, it's knowing how to present yourself, not just in front of the judge when they're talking to you and you having a conversation with the judge or the prosecutor or whatever. It's more so how the judge is perceiving you whenever he's questioning the witnesses, because they are the plaintiffs. They're supposedly a witness to the situation of the accusation against the defendant. So therefore, they're going to be paying attention all around. They may not look like they're paying attention to you, but I can reassure you they are. Because if you speak out of turn and say, hey, it's their turn to talk. It's their turn to talk. The judge will move over whenever it's your turn. Now, if you object something, then they can listen to that. But when it's their time to talk, that's another thing. Knowing when to not, there's too much information that's coming out, y'all. Knowing when to not interrupt the judge. You don't want to be seen as an interrupter, because that right there could discredit you on a whole nother level. Bro, there's plenty of things that people don't pay attention to when it comes to specific details that are outlined within their perception or how you look. Not just the way that you present yourself through the external level, but more so on a mental and an integrity level. I'm telling you. I don't have no experience in that, no, y'all. I don't. I promise you I don't. I've did a lot of studying when it comes to the law, but when it comes to these type of situations, I have zero experience. It may sound as if I'm experienced, but I'm not. I'm starting to laugh. Y'all, I got to chill. Nah, it ain't time for me to chill. It's time for me to get more passionate. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to get more passionate. I'm very passionate about situations like that or information like that. But I know that this information that I'm being guided to share can help a lot of individuals. You know? It's intuitive-based knowledge. Like what I just channeled just a few seconds ago is intuitive-based knowledge. You know? I'm just going based off my intuition, what my intuition guides me to speak on. But anyways, when it comes to being presented before the judge, the prosecutor, because they're all paying attention. Even though they may be paying attention to the witness when they're giving their testimony, even though it may be a false allegation, it don't matter. It don't matter if it's the truth. It don't matter if it's false. They're paying attention to everything that's going on between two parties, the defendant and the plaintiff. The defendant and the plaintiff. They're not really paying attention to the jurors either. They're paying attention to the defendant and the plaintiff. Even though the judge is questioning the witnesses on the plaintiff's side, they're paying attention to everything that's going on in that section from their peripheral vision. But it's more so their awareness of what is going on in their surroundings. There's a lot more when it comes to judging a defendant and a plaintiff. There's a lot more that takes place beyond a judgment. That's what I know intuitively. Now, just like I said before, like I said, I'm not a legal advisor, so I will put that out there. But when it comes to some of these individuals slapping their hands on the desk or raising their voice, etc., and trying to intimidate the witnesses, that right there could be used to their advantage as evidence against whoever it is that is trying to catch them in a lie as, oh, they made them nervous. You don't want to be seen as a nerve wracker or making someone nervous or cause them a panic attack. That right there will be a negative in the judge's perception. Even though you may not perceive yourself as like that because you're aggravated at the fact that they're lying, there's a whole other way to deal with a situation like that in order to catch them in a lie. It's all about having that level of integrity, knowing when to cross-examine and the right timing to object certain witness statements that are being made that you know for sure, a 500,000% certain that you can indeed have the judgment go against them, etc. Or whatever it is when it comes to the objection, that whatever you're objecting, etc. But like I said before, it's all about the way that you address the issue. And the way to have somebody tell on themselves is not through the art of intimidation of being physically scary and intimidating. The most information will flow out of someone is through calmness. It's all about knowing how the psychological part of the brain works, because that's another advantage that you have when it comes to situations like that, which cannot be used against you. As long as you're not being seen to be intimidating the witness. You don't want to be seen as unprofessional or as an intimidator. You're not there for that. You're there to defend yourself in order to get, how can I say? There's a lot of information that's coming through, y'all. You're there to defend yourself. You're not there to intimidate nobody. You're there to defend yourself for your defense. If you plan on taking this on by yourself, you're there for your defense. That's all that it boils down to. You're not there to intimidate nobody. Because in a way that could be seen to be causing harm. Psychologically. You can be intimidating, but in a different manner that can be perceived as being like having a lot of integrity. Now, getting back to what I was saying about when it comes to, like, let's say they have a few witnesses that are trying to testify against you as a defendant. When it comes to that cross-examination, like I said about the timing, there's a certain time when to use the specific cross-examining techniques and tactics when it comes to disarming them and catching them in a lie. Now, it's going to have to take some time in order for that to build up, because you want to slowly chip away without them realizing that they're telling a lie. It's all about them becoming undetected, at being able to detect that they just told a lie. You want to be able to be undetected. You want them to be undetected from detecting that they're telling a lie. Therefore comes, like I said before, the right timing when to cross-examine and when to call them out in a lie. See, you want a lot of lies to come out all at once. And then to continue with the process of a cross-examination. Depending on how much timing that you have in there. You know, it's all about the timing, the technique, the tactics, etc. Excuse the hiccups, y'all. And I'm going to tell you right now, once you can prove that the individuals are indeed lying, that are the plaintiffs, that's against the defendant. Once you can prove that they are indeed fabricating things, there's fabricated evidence. Therefore, they lose their credibility. That attacks their credibility. Therefore, attacks them on that defensive type of side. Even though they may still be a plaintiff, it's all about reversing and swapping a role upon them, because in reality, you being wrongfully accused of something, they're caught out in a lie, fabricating things about you. How are you a defendant in a situation whenever they are the complaining? There's something with that. I don't want to give the wrong information, but at the same time, it's still, you are the defendant and they are the plaintiff, but energetically, it's like this is how you reverse everything back off of them, and they owe everybody an explanation on what they've been lying about. They're going to have to explain themselves. And you know how the jurors are going to look at them? You know how the prosecutor, the judge is going to look at them? Once they lose all their credibility and once all these lies come up to the surface, that right there is going to better to be proven that this is witness tampering. Witness tampering is unethical and illegal to start with. Once that could be discovered, no matter how many people there are that's in there, what's it going to be? Because that right there attacks their credibility when it comes to their testimony. It's all about knowing when and how and the timing. Just like I said. If you know what you're doing, bro, you know certain things, certain laws, certain knowledge, certain information, these individuals don't stand a chance against you. But I'm going to tell you right now, bro, it's best, like, if you're defending yourself in a situation, it's best to do that with a passion. I'm talking about intense passion. You give it all you got, bro. You give it all you got. You don't have to get mad or none of that. Being passionate is not about being mad or sitting there being intimidating. It's about being very passionate, being driven to defend yourself, to fight for something that is rightfully yours, to fight for something you deserve to be treated right. You stand on that, bro, with conviction. You stand on that. When it comes to objecting certain things that you don't agree with, if you don't understand something, like if somebody asks you something in there to where, do you understand this, and you really don't understand it, object that you do not understand that, because that right there is going to better to give them a different perception on why you don't understand that. It's all about disagreeing. Don't be afraid to disagree and to object. Bro, if somebody sits there and lets somebody sit there and lie on them without any type of objection or cross-examination, then therefore, it's not going to work out all that well to the defendant's side. That may not be always the case or whatever, but it makes it better if the individual has an attorney present there for them if they're not experienced, etc., you know, which is highly recommended to have an attorney there. Because they're skilled, they have the skill, you know, they have whatever it is in order to defend you when it comes to that, whatever it is. But at the same time, bro, for some of you out there, this fight, what this is, this fight may be all on your behalf. Like you may have to take this on by yourself. I'm kind of getting that. You may have to take this on all by yourself. Some of you may be questioning why would you have to take it on all by yourself when you had all yourself all this time? You was by yourself all this time. Because that's the way it may meant to be. It may be meant to happen this way with the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. You stood through all this trouble alone. You can also get yourself out of it alone and actually win and be victorious through the situation alone. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, because there's something about bullying here. If you was being bullied, there's something to do, like some of these individuals that could be in there could have had experience with this being done to them. This right here could have scared a few of they bullies. Found out that they worked for this, like this right here. Not to get back at people or whatever, but just to be in there as to say that, hey, They got the power to put bullies away. You know, they got the power to judge bullies. Because bullying is a crime. Defamation of character is a crime. Hatred is a crime. Running your name and smearing your name all over a public setting, that is indeed a crime. Just because you're different, don't give them no right to treat you unfairly. Because that would be religious or belief discrimination, which is also protected under the First Amendment. Your belief and religion is protected under the First Amendment. That means you deserve a fair outcome no matter who you are. You deserve a fair outcome. You don't deserve to be treated unfairly just because you're different. Or these individuals think that it's okay to try to group up together and to try to bully you. Some of you ain't standing for that. You're actually standing up against these individuals. You're not going to let them bully you. And since you chose to stand up and fight back, it's like these individuals could be going against each other. But it's like they keep on picking, manipulate things. If they didn't have nothing to hide, why are they continuously messing with you, huh? Why are they continuously trying to do things in order to try to prove everything of what they already been called out for, to be manipulators? What is this that these individuals are trying to prove? They're only proving how strong you really are, how innocent you really are, and how you didn't have anything to do with any of this. And they did this purposely against you because of somebody else that didn't know how to walk away from you. But yet trying to manipulate the narrative and flip the script as if you're the one that can't walk away. Okay, well, how come this individual keeps trying to cause issues for you? How come they keep on trying to have you put in the system for no reason? Because it originally come from this other person from your past that's been doing that to you. And yet everybody wants to follow behind them. Some of you asked for help for protection. Where was your protection at? Not being given to you the way that you deserve. Bro, I sure hope these individuals know that all of this is documented down. Your report to what you put in is documented down. How many times some of you out there has asked for help and assistance when it comes to this individual trying to mess with you and trying to screw you over, trying to get you in trouble for some of you out there with the 8 of Swords reverse. Why are they not providing you with the protection that you're well deserving of? This is all being questioned right now. This person will be held accountable for the actions that was committed against you from all parties, even all these non-legitimate complaining parties. By them complaining, it's actually having them exposed, because this is how they're complaining. With non-legitimate, tangible evidence of fake messages that did not come from you. That could have been causing some type of interference or trying to influence this individual's decision making. Sound like to me, you're trying to bullshit the prosecutors. You're trying to bullshit the judge. Excuse my language if there's individuals in there, you know, that's watching or whatever. I'm just being real about the situation. Free speech. Sound like to me, they're trying to bullshit these individuals. You ain't bullshitting me. You ain't bullshitting the divine. I'll tell you that right now. Your deception has been uncovered and exposed. The divine is not going to play around with this situation anymore. These individuals have been given numerous amount of opportunities to do things the right way, to stop what they're doing, and they continuously want to carry it out. Don't you know that this could be considered some type of kickback corruption? The thing of it is, why are they even screwing with this innocent person to start with, huh? What's their problem? They obviously got a problem. They obviously have a problem. And there's a solution to these problems. It's by somebody taking some type of insight or having some information that may have been kind of manipulated or may have been not aware of what was going on, but yet things could be getting back to the right person that can do a fair ruling with the justice card. That's all it's going to take, bro, is for this to get back to someone that's going to be able to do a fair ruling when it comes to this individual that has been attacked this way and bothered this way with the Six of Swords reverse, relentlessly trying to cause them problems with the Six of Swords reverse, not having their own family, make them feel unwelcome. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. This person that was done this way, whether it's a female or a male, they don't care. They don't care what your opinions are about them because it ain't legitimate to start with. It's a false, delusional reality. You have no business messing with this person. I know how it feels. I know how it feels. I know exactly how that feels, but you got to be tough, bro. Not on the outer exterior. You got to have an iron mind. An iron mind. When it comes time to stand up, you stand up, bro. You stand up. You don't let nobody take advantage of you. Stand up. They could look at you as and say, oh, well, you're a kind person. You're a kind-hearted person. They could just do anything that they want. Negative. You challenge them. You challenge those type of people. Don't be afraid to cause conflict. Don't be afraid to stand your ground. But there's a certain way to stand your ground without committing some type of act that could get you in trouble or whatever. It's all about a verbal adjustment in a moderate tone. You have the right to tell these individuals to F off and get away from you. You have that right. You have every right to call someone out on their unethical behavior in a moderate tone. You're not disturbing anyone. You're exercising free speech. You have that right. If an official's not doing their duties the right way, or you feel like you have evidence, tangible proof, or whatever you feel guided to tell them they're not doing something right, you have the right to confront the problem with one of them. You have the right to exercise your rights. You have the right to verify that it's not a legitimate violation. You have the right to record in a public setting, which is protected under the First Amendment. You have the right to record incidents with the law. Now, I will speak up on the law's behalf because I'm not one of the ones that's just going to go against corruption. I also see where the law is coming from when they got these individuals that go in their face and stick a camera in their face. Bro, you are unprofessional. When it comes to these officers going through that, don't do that. To the people that do that to the law, you're making yourself look highly uneducated, bro. When it comes to messing with the law for no reason, just to stick a camera in their face, and you don't have no legitimate reason, they're not harassing you, they're not doing anything to you, and you just feel the need to walk up to an innocent officer out there and do that to them just so you could get footage or something and embarrass them publicly, I don't support that at all. I don't support that. Now, I can understand if you're a community activist or you're a journalist or you're someone that believes in defending the Constitution or whatever, and there's somebody that's trying to violate your rights on a traffic stop and you're guided to pull your camera out. See, you have probable cause then. See, you have a legitimate reasoning why you have the officer on camera because there's some type of disagreement that you feel he's doing something wrong and you're just trying to confront the situation with, something that you don't perceive as a violation, and you could be backing yourself up with looking up information and showing them as I say, hey, this is not right. Now, some officers may agree to back off and leave you alone until you have a nice date. They apologize. There's some of them out there that will do that, but there's some of them that will continuously antagonize, But that's the ones that you still should not give a negative reaction to. Okay? And I will let it be known on another thing when it comes to pullovers. The law needs to be aware of this, and I will give them knowledge on this. Because just like I said, even though I may be against corruption, I do not like it at all. I do not like it with a passion, bro. I do not like that unfair treatment. I do not like that. But on the law's behalf, this is coming from a responsible individual that is looking at things from all angles when it comes to a traffic stop. I personally believe that if there's an officer on a 4-lane highway, that they have like, no matter where it is, if the speed limit is over 35 miles per hour, or even in, because 35 is moving in a vehicle, bro. If you're standing still, that's moving. It don't, okay, just put it to you like this. I personally believe that if an officer is on a traffic stop, pulling somebody over, initiating the traffic stop, they got their emergency light bar on, which is as an indication that, hey, you need to pull over. What I would do is I would phone a number. There's a number you could call to the dispatch. Tell the dispatcher that you don't feel safe, not because of the officer, even though you may see that he's got legitimate markings on the unit that it is a legitimate officer, okay? It's not because of that. Hear what I'm about to say. Just hear me out when it comes to this. Get on the phone with the dispatcher and tell them that you have acknowledged that there's an officer behind you with his light on, his or her light on. That you don't feel safe also for the officer's safety to pull off to the side of the road because there's cars that's going by, and that right there could be dangerous to your safety and the officer's safety. You let them know the first gas station that you see that you're coming up to, or a place to where you could pull off way off of the highway, you will gladly do so, and you stay on the phone with them if that's okay or whatever. And therefore, look what you just did. A lot of people don't think about that. They get nervous and they get in a panic and they want to pull off to the side of the road. I don't believe in that, bro. There's way too many things that I've seen, even though it's not going to happen to everybody, but it's to look out for both of y'all's safety. See, I see things for what they are. I don't see just regular corruption for what it, like just all about corruption. It's all about proper balance in between what is right. Like if they do have a legitimate reason that they pulling you over. Okay, let's say if you speeding, they clocked you over the speed limit. They pulling you over for that. That would be a legitimate reason. It is a lawful stop. You have to pull over. See, I see both sides of the law. Maybe the law may not see it that way. Oh, he's just a man that's just against corruption. Negative. I see both sides of where things are going, but when it comes to that, even if it is a lawful stop, it's for the safety of both parties. It's you and the officer. Because you got to remember, they go home to a family too. Even though it may be a lawful stop, even though you may be in some form of trouble, it don't matter. If you was going over the speed limit, bro, you kind of asked for it. Like, that's the way I look at it. Or whatever's going on, like you swerving in and out of lanes like that, or you caught their attention a certain way. I mean, but you do have the right to exercise the Fifth Amendment, to execute the Fifth Amendment, which is the right to remain silent, even if the Miranda warning isn't read. Okay, even if you're not under arrest, even if you're not being detained, you have the right to execute the Fifth Amendment, which is the right to remain silent. It's all about balancing both sides of the situation, y'all. I'm not just a man that's going to speak up and give y'all knowledge about corruption. It's all about looking out for the individuals that may not mean you any harm, bro. Because there are laws out there, and there are some of the individuals that do take the laws seriously as officials. If they clock you over the speed limit, you can expect the lights to come on. That's their job, bro. That's their job. Now, some of them may not pull somebody over, may not pull people over. It all depends on who the officer is. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, they checking radar and they catch somebody speeding, the lights will come on. That's a lawful order. That's a lawful stop. Speeding is probable cause to initiate a traffic stop. I mean, whatever it is, but I can reassure you, bro, like if somebody's speeding, that would be a lawful stop. Some people want to argue with that. Well, how can they prove it or whatever? Now, if they could prove that or whatever with the radar or whatever, but still, though, that's probable cause. Now, if they're pulling someone over and they can't give a legitimate reason why they're pulling the individual over, then that right there could be arguable. However you say that, that could be argued. If they don't have a legitimate, specific reasoning. Excuse the hiccup, child. There's just a lot of information that I'm channeling all at once. I'm really trying to get all this out all at one time, but maybe I should slow down when it comes to my channeling. Like, that could be argued. Like, you could argue the situation to a certain extent when it comes to that. If they don't have no legitimate reason why they're pulling you over, then yeah, you have the right to question what are you being pulled over for. If they're initiating a traffic stop, you have the right to know. If they can't give you no legitimate reason why they're pulling you over, usually they will come to the vehicle and say the reason why they're stopping you is such and such. So if they give you a reason, that right there would be probable cause. Especially if they accuse you of speeding or whatever, that would be probable cause. Now, if you have a camera that may be able to record your speedometer or track your speed, you could argue with that in court. I would remain silent. Or if you agree to show them the evidence, as I say that, hey, this is what the camera shows, that you wasn't speeding. You know? But at the same time, y'all, like when it comes to them not having legitimate reasoning to pull you over, then that right there could be argued. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to cuss them out. You don't have to give them the middle finger because it is First Amendment protected. You can cuss if you really wanted to in a moderate tone. As long as you're not raising your voice or disturbing the public setting. You can indeed use curse words because it's protected by free speech. But at the same time, I would avoid that. I wouldn't even cuss them out. I wouldn't even raise your voice. But there's a way to talk to the individual and to get them to realize, as I say that, look, if you have not committed a crime and you're not in violation of a crime, you have the right to not identify yourself. You have to first be involved in a crime or to be a suspect in a crime. If they don't have no probable cause that you have committed a crime, then they can't charge you with failure to identify. You have the right to reject identification. If you have not committed a crime and they can't give you no legitimate reason why they're pulling you over, whatever it is, then you ask them, are you free to go or are you being detained? Other than that, I'm executing my Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent. I don't answer questions when it comes to law enforcement. That's what my attorney is present for me for. That's what stops any further question. They cannot further question you. If they keep on trying to question, officer, I execute my Fifth Amendment. I choose to remain silent. I'm choosing my right to remain silent. That's all you got to do. You don't have to cuss them out. You don't have to badmouth them. You don't have to do any of that. And it's either the officer will walk away or they will continuously choose to try to probe. If it's someone that is with integrity, that understands with a lot of understanding, then more than likely they will tell you that to have a nice day and they'll walk away. And they'll leave you alone. You'll be free to go. They'll tell you that you'll be free to go. You do have the right to ask them that because there is a such thing as detainment. When they detain you, that means that you can be held not even in the cuffs, depending on how you're detained. Some of them choose to detain the individual with handcuffs. That would be detained, physical detainment. But you're still legally detained physically when it comes to them telling you that you're not free to go. So if they tell you you're detained, even though you may not be in the handcuffs, you cannot leave. You're not free to go. And a lot of people I've seen, bro, evidence of this, of people literally fighting against that and going anyways and yet trying to accuse the cop of being in the wrong. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. If they tell the individual that they're detained, then that's a lawful order. They are detained. If they take off, That would be flight from an officer, I want to say. I'm telling y'all, this is the proper balance between how the laws really are. Because there are lawful orders out there, bro. You cannot leave if an officer tell you you're being detained. Now, you have the right to question why you're being detained. You do have the right to do that. But if you take off, bro, that was a lawful order that that officer gave. And yet, when you're detained, that means you cannot go. You're not free to go. You take off, bro, that right there is just going to be another charge. Or even if you're not being charged with anything. See, that's the thing. People let their emotional, impulsive responses take over them, and therefore they get themselves in trouble when they could have just been let go of. Even if they're detained, don't mean that they're under arrest. They're detained for a reason. Whether it could be more information. They may be confused. They may be trying to see if they could negotiate something or work something out in order for all parties to walk away, or if there needs to be a ticket issued, a citation. There's all kind of scenarios. There's all kind of things that could take place. But I've literally seen some people, bro, after they was told that they're detained, they didn't question why they being detained. They take off. And yet they try to accuse them of being in the wrong. That's a negative. That's a negative. No, they're not. No, they're not. That's a lawful order. When you're being detained from a law enforcement official, it means you're not free to go. That's common sense. And these people that try to make a name off themselves, bro, you look very uneducated. You don't look like somebody that people... I'm telling you, bro, look, I'm not on the cop side, none of that, y'all. I'm a balanced, fair person when it comes to information. Even though y'all may hear of me in the past, whenever I could have talked about corruption or people abusing their position of authority, there's always another side to it, y'all. There's always another side to it. I know the actual laws when it comes to lawful orders, and even some of the officials doing things the right way. And yet, guess what? These individuals that think that they're right when it comes to, just like I said about the detained, they say they being detained and they take off and leave and try to accuse the cop of abusing their power. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. I want to say that would be flight from an officer or aggravated flight from an officer. That's a charge, bro. Oh, whoa, they getting in their car and they chasing them. What you expect? I'm telling you, but that's just the way it works. That's the way it works. But you do have the right. See, if they would have been professional about it and asked them, hey, why? All right, y'all, I'm back. Somebody keeps on tampering with my phone like it got overheated again. It's all right. I'm going to keep speaking the truth. But anyways, I'm right about what I'm saying, y'all. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's somebody that tried to accuse the cops of being in the wrong when they had a search warrant. If they show up to the individual's house with a search warrant, that means that they have the right to enter the residence. And but yet it's like they try to argue against that, try to accuse them. No. If they don't have a search warrant, then that's another thing. You can argue as to say, hey, they're violating your Fourth Amendment with a unreasonable search and seizure. Because that's exactly what they're in violation of, which would be the Fourth Amendment. If they enter your residence without a proper search warrant, etc., or whatever it is, then that right there is going to be unreasonable search and seizure. So anything that they seize during the raid, a search, cannot be used against you. Because it's a violation of your Fourth Amendment. They have to have a proper search warrant signed by a judge, etc., for that to happen. But anyways, it's like I seen some people argue against that or whatever. Or they can't come in there. Bullshit. Bullshit. If they don't have a search warrant, they cannot come in there or whatever. But if they have a search warrant, you don't answer that door, and then you want to complain about how you get your door broken off the hinges, that's their fault. That's their fault. I'm just going based off the fair, balanced information when it comes to things being balanced with informational flow. Of course, you got the corruption side, but you also have the legitimate side to where they're actually doing their job the right way to the ones that actually do their job the right way. And yet people try to make the good ones out to be bad when they do things by the book. But some of you out there could literally be balancing out a situation where it wasn't balanced, and they don't do things like that, and yet you could be inspiring them to want to do things the right way with the justice card. I mean, they are the law. They're there to protect and serve you, bro. Even though you may be different, you don't deserve to be bullied and harassed. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve to be bullied and harassed, discriminated against, or hated on. Nobody deserves that. And if one of these individuals in there that could have got bullied a long time ago before they got in a law enforcement position or a judge's position, then they could possibly have some compassion and understanding about what you're really going through with the Five of Cups. People could have really mistreated this judge, yeah, with the judgment card, with the justice card. People could have really mistreated a judge a long time ago before he or she became a judge. And that's what possibly inspired them to become one. To not get revenge, but to say, hey, they're going to be respected. And it makes it even better if one of these, like, it's not okay or whatever. I'm just saying, this right here is going to be more beneficial on your behalf because of you dealing with a situation with the Five of Cups. If situation was meant to try to isolate you, I keep picking up a heavy feminine energy. It could be a masculine energy, but there's a feminine energy that's coming through very heavily right here. But could also be a masculine too, because they got the males and the females that go through things like that. But anyways, this right here could have some type of level of compassion. They don't think this is funny because this could be bringing back flashbacks of when people mistreated them. And now they're in a position as to say that, let somebody try that bullying with them. Let them try to go in their courtroom and bring that nonsense in there and watch how fast they're going to get sentenced. I'm not saying that they're going to be intimidating like that, but I'll tell you right now, bro, they try to do something to them now. They got the power to send them off. I guarantee you, the bullies that bullied this individual, this judge, or whoever this is, ain't doing that now. They know better. They know better. I don't know if the bullies know about it, but they possibly could. Okay, so something's telling me a judge ain't too enthused about some bullying with his Six of Swords reverse. This judge is not laughing. Okay, so a judge is not putting up with any type of bullying. Nope. There's a judge somewhere, but it's not putting up with some type of bullying. But this would explain why, because they could have had experience with them being picked on. They could have literally cried. With the Five of Cups, they could have literally cried. They could have teased this judge. They could have teased them and grouped up on them and made fun of them. That's all right. Look at them now. Whoever this is, look at him or her now where they at. I bet you they ain't going to do that no more. That's good for them bullies. That's good for them. Now they ain't got nothing to say. They ain't going to mess with them now. There's a judge, bro, that could get flashbacks, and they could have hurt this judge's feelings before they become a judge. They was being picked on and teased relentlessly. Called names. That's all right. Let's put them in a very powerful position. Him or her. Let me go ahead and clarify that with my cards, because I really feel like this judge has been through an experience of teasing, bullying, harassment in his past, his or her past. Was this judge bullied? Yes. Yes, Five of Swords reverse. And this escalated too. I'm getting this judge is bullying escalated and didn't want to stop. Oh, okay, so this judge definitely been through a lot of harassment, bullying, intimidation. People trying to intimidate this judge, harassing him. And it escalated when I'm getting a Five of Swords. Like, it escalated big time. This got out of hand. So whenever this judge was dealing with bullying before he become a judge, before he or she become a judge, this got out of hand and escalated. We got the ending card reverse. This could have literally took a huge toll on like this could have made this judge feel very insecure before he or she become a judge. This could have made them like very insecure, like very like made them feel defenseless is what I'm giving the Five of Swords reverse. This judge ain't taking this too lightly, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If they're having flashbacks of this, they're not taking this situation too lightly at all. No, they're not. Could be a Scorpio, a Capricorn judge, or a Libra. They're not taking this too lightly at all. No, they're not. No, they're not. And whoever's been trying to play with somebody's head, trying to play head games, or think this is cool to play with your head like this, and to hurt you or to try to play around with you this way, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this judge could have these individuals in front of them, him or her, in front of them in their courtroom, and sit there and play with their head a little bit and see how they like it. Not in a bullying manner, but just sit there and just give them a taste of their own medicine, see how they like it. Oh, you ain't all tough now, ain't you? Bro, boy, I'm seeing a judge get up off the stand like this. Like, he can literally, like, he or she, whoever it is, can literally be sitting there, bro. Like, get, like, literally lifting up off the chair like that. Let's see how you like it. You ain't got nothing nice to say. Now you're in a place to where you don't have that type of power, now, do you? That's what I'm talking about. Get them. Get them, Your Honor. Look, I'm getting more. A judge going to be getting some of these bullies because he or she can remember whenever they got bullied. And it's perfectly fine for the judge to get heated in their courtroom. That's their courtroom. This is enough justification for him or her to get all over these individuals with the Five of Swords reverse. I'm kind of getting this head game energy. Like, this judge could be seeing that these individuals have been trying to play around with you and hurt you psychologically, trying to attack you psychologically, trying to have you worried, trying to have you all confused, to have you feeling powerless as if you can't defend yourself. I'm telling you, bro, like this individual could have went through a similar experience at their bullying that has escalated in the past before they become a judge. They dealt with a situation like that. Yeah, they did. And it got out of hand. It got out of hand is what I'm getting. This could have scarred this person for life. Like, they could still remember that. Whoever's been doing this nonsense, your time's coming. Whoever's been doing this bullying to someone or trying to harass, intimidate, and think that this is cool, that smirk's going to be wiped clean off their face. Watch. Watch. This could have already happened for some of you out there. But these bullies, whoever this is, that's been doing something, that smile's going to get wiped off their face. This is giving me the vibes of the movie Carrie, y'all. You know how Carrie had telekinesis as her special power, but she wasn't an evil lady? She wasn't evil. How every time she went to school, she got picked on. Y'all remember that movie Carrie? And they did a sacrifice. Oh, so that could be connected to the rituals. Oh, so there's two individuals that was behind that pig's blood that was dumped. on her head. They teased her, bro, like that was a setup. They weren't really on her side. That was a setup. Even though I know it's a movie, but it was still a setup. There could be two people that are behind this individual's bullying. Two officials behind that. Look at two people right here. Two people are behind this individual having all this done to them. Include somebody from some of y'all's past. You remember how they teased Carrie in that movie? And yet the gym teacher was sweet to her. This could be how a judge could literally be seeing some of you like be picked on like that. Like, this is a whole group of like, this is a mob of people trying to pick on you. They think that they powerful. They think that they powerful until they in here. They think that they powerful until they in here. I'm also getting the judge can also order a few officials to be present the day that someone is that this could already happen. Like he could order a few officials to be present in their courtroom. The same ones that was doing something to you could be ordered to appear there. Queen of Wands. This could be a Queen of Wands. Thinks ain't nothing gonna happen to her. Or this could be somebody else. Clarify that. This could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine. That could be ordered to court. Three of Wands reverse. It could have been a man that could have turned their back on this individual. This is an authority figure right here. Clarify this authority figure. Leo. Could be a Leo. Strength card reverse. This is a bully. This is a bully. This is one of the bullies. The Six of Pentacles is wanting to come out sideways like this. Like that. This is extortion. The logical meaning of this card is extortion, bribery, and abusive position of power. Ten of Swords reverse. This person has been caught up with scamming. This card also represents scamming. Abusing a legal field to their advantage in order to scheme off of with the Six of Pentacles reverse and to have you attacked and abused. There's some scamming coming out here about this individual. Ten of Swords reverse, trying to pin everything back off on an innocent person. I'm also getting with the Ten of Swords being reversed. This individual is guilty of using this to their advantage in order to avoid them, everything being pinned back off on them. So while this individual is in a position to help someone out, they're choosing to abuse the victim. Yeah, trying to hold them back. Four of Pentacles. This could have something to do with the victims. Something about some of their belongings was stolen from them. This could have something to do with some type of currency, credit card information, credit cards, IDs, identification card, driver license, credit card. Four of Pentacles. Or someone's, this could be linked to identity. Remember what we said, like somebody was being an imposter? I wonder if this is the same person that's going to get caught by an air sign doing something here. There's a female that's going to be catching this individual that could have caught on to something. And there's not, it's not just her, it's other people that are working with this individual right here that was being bullies. Could be up to 6 different people or 4 different people in position of authority that was working with this individual. This give me the vibes of identity theft. 4 of Pentacles, identity theft. And they was having a good old time while doing that. I'm getting a lot of S word was committed while using some type of scammer account. Scamming when it comes to what they call that suggestive type of information. This could be like some explicit messages that was going on back and forth with a scammer account. I'm also hearing extortion, but with the S in front of the X. This could have been going on involving someone on their travels. The Chariot card reverse. This was being done like something is being figured out to where when someone was traveling, something was being done with a scammer account, involving a lot of scam and a lot of extortion when it comes to someone's travels. It's something that's coming out about someone's vehicle being tampered with when it comes to having them falsely accused of things. And there could be some type of device or something that's being done that's not right when it comes to a vehicle. That's connected to these individuals that has been doing that. The devil. Yeah, there's something toxic, bro, that is being done whenever someone travel. Someone could have tried to falsely accuse you of the trafficking. But yet they're the ones that's doing this. Yeah, this is on an investigation, a hermit card. Some of you was being unlawfully monitored and stalked like that. Like this individual, these individuals that was doing this to you literally was messaging people. Like if you was going somewhere in a public setting, it could be rather a gas station, a grocery store, or anywhere in a public setting. They were stalking other people or whatever. And yet trying to make it seem as if you're going to stalk these people, but yet they was the ones stalking them and trying to have you falsely accused of what they're doing off a scammer account. By them illegally violating your 4th Amendment of your right to privacy, because that would be considered as a reasonable search being conducted upon you. This is unwarranted surveillance, etc. Page of Swords versus stalking. This could have been done to an air sign, and the air sign could have figured this out, or a Virgo could have figured this out. That they thought the whole time that you was going there to bother people, but yet you was being followed, you was being monitored while you travel through some type of GPS tracker or something that's connected to your vehicle. You was being monitored, and yet something was being done off a fake page. And yet the reason why it appeared as if you was the one out there harassing or trying to be weird towards other people, but yet you're not there at this place to do what they're doing off a fake account. This is their intent beyond doing this to this other person, etc. Somebody could have had to see this for themselves. And this is another truth that's coming out. Something has been done with someone's vehicle involving travels, or don't have to be travels. This could be with walking. But this makes much more sense about vehicle, because this right here, it's like they could place anything underneath it or whatever. So if some of you is traveling with the Chariot card reverse and you're going places in a public setting, you're being illegally monitored by a GPS tracker, which is in violation of your 4th Amendment. Unreasonable searches, especially when it's connected to an authority figure that has no right to do this to you, that is doing this to their advantage to scam and to scheme in order to set things up to where other people are being harassed if they're not involved with this. If they don't have any knowledge on this being done, because some people could be connected into that, could be involved into that, but they got to play it off as if they're being harassed, but they're really not. They already are in on it to know what's being done, etc. But there could literally be some people that may not have been aware of what was really being done, and yet they was having you viewed upon as a suspicious person to a public setting, but yet this is why you're being viewed as suspicious. This is all coming out. Because someone was illegally GPS tracking you, that's an authority figure, and doing things a scam with your profile picture and messaging people as if you're going there to see people. But yet, this individual is not only stalking you, they're stalking other individuals while they're at it, is what it looks like to me. With the Page of Swords reverse, that's a stalking card. But yet, you're supposed to be a enemy, right? You're supposed to be a criminal. Give me another message. The Eight of Pentacles. This is something that they work on possibly every day. They could work on this every day. This is what they do for their job. They make you a victim of an injustice continuously over and 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 over with the Six of Pentacles reverse. Some of you don't have to travel by vehicle. You could travel by foot. And you still notice how some of you out there, you may be getting followed. That will be a federal violation of Title 18, USC Section 241, conspiracy against rights. Makes it unlawful for one or two more persons to bully, to oppress, to intimidate, etc. And I also want to say that that's going to be a violation of, it further makes it unlawful for one or two more persons to go in disguise on a highway in order to try to hinder and prevent an individual of a free exercise or enjoyment of their rights. When it comes to a vehicle or something, commerce or whatever it is. This is official abusing your rights. Yeah, this would definitely be a federal violation of Title 18, Section 242. Deprivation of your rights. And when it comes to these fabricated messages here, non-legitimate tangible proof that they think that they have but they really don't, and this could have been discovered, this right here is going to be color of law violation connected to fabrication of evidence and failure to keep you from harm. Bro, this can literally lead to a fraudulent bench warrant out for your arrest. That's what this individual don't understand. I'm telling you right now, bro, whoever this individual is that's doing all this to you or having you done this way, they will be confronted. They will be confronted. They will be confronted. Two of Cups reverse, you're not communicating with nobody. With the Two of Cups reverse. This individual is trying to relentlessly simulate as if this is you talking to other people. Trying to build romantic connections. Like, they could be a romance scam that's coming out is what I'm giving the Two of Cups reverse. They could be a romance scam that's coming out. There's definitely a lot of extortionist energy that's coming off the Six of Pentacles reverse. And that does mean that when it comes to the logical meaning, but like there could be some romance scamming coming out. This is not you talking to people. This is not you building connections with other people. This is someone's early you impostering you, using your identity in order to scam, in order to abuse the situation, to have you set back relentlessly and to cause problems for you. Tell me that ain't a bully. fucking weak one at that with the strength card reverse. This could be the same one being a home wrecker to an individual's connection, huh? Because that's exactly what fits the description of that Four of Wands reverse, a fire sign. Could be anybody. But the Four of Wands can resonate with the Queen of Wands energy because that's a direct match to the Wands. Knight of Swords reverse. Okay, so this could be having an air sign lash out. The Three of Pentacles reverse. An air sign could be lashing out. This could either be a Libra or an Aquarius. Hey, I appreciate the super chat, y'all. Hey, if y'all want to send a full donation, I do have a link in the description box below, y'all. If y'all want to send me the full donation. I can't show that card to lovers. Okay, so this could have been done to a Gemini and their lover. So whoever this Gemini is lovers with, this could have been done to a Gemini. The lovers is Gemini energy. Six of Wands. Sound like to me, this individual is very jealous of this individual's out of, like, something about competition. Like, they're jealous of a Gemini. Like, whoever this individual is jealous of this person. This ain't really their friend. This individual literally feels all good about themselves because, like, hold on, y'all. Like, this whoever this individual is feels good about themselves because they feel like they're getting a victory over deceiving this person and trying to get in the way of them and their lover. Like, this is a very arrogant person that was once friends with a Gemini is what it looks like. Like, somebody literally feels like they have the upper hand over someone's connection or whatever. They just have the upper hand, and yet they look down on this person. It's like they literally feel that they're on top because they look down at this person because they're not an authority figure. That ain't no leader, bro. Six of Wands, this is a bully. Okay, so this individual could have been bullying this individual or whatever, like subversively. Could have been bullying a Gemini. Don't have to be. But the lovers is Gemini energy. Or it could be anybody. Relentlessly trying to tear this individual's self-esteem down. Could be the same one that they was doing rituals with or magic with, huh? Tell you, bro, that ain't their friend. That ain't their friend. That ain't their friend. Hold on, y'all. I'm back, y'all. That ain't their friend. Let me go ahead and get all my cards, y'all. So there's something very significant about like this individual trying to come in between two lovers or whatever. This could be a lovers of a Gemini or a fire sign. To be exact, with the Six of Wands and the lovers. This individual feels damn proud about being a home wrecker is what it looks like. Like, this individual's proud of that. And they're proud of doing it right there in front of their face. Like, this individual, man, I'm telling you. Okay, so they're not only bullying, it's like the people that They grouped up with, it's like people are starting to realize that, how can I say this? Like people are starting to realize that this individual that they was getting to work against you, in reality, has been bullying them into doing so. And tricking them with spell work and secretly sabotaging their relationship behind their back. There's a judge I can know about that or whatever. It don't look too good for this individual, bro. Whoever's been involved in doing that, there's only a few people. Bro, this could literally just be somebody from your past and this individual that ends up getting in trouble for that. And if this was officials that was doing that, they could have received a warning to stop. It may not be all y'all, but they could have been warned, like, to just leave you alone, to back off you. It's two individuals that could possibly get in serious trouble for doing this to somebody. I figured I'd do a long read for y'all, since y'all keep showing me love and support on the channel. Oh, the Tower card, the Tower card, the Tower card. 6 of Cups. 7 of Wands. The Knight of Wands reversed. The 8 of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The 3 of Wands reversed. The 4 of Swords. Okay, so somebody's got a peace of mind. Could be the air sign. Could be an earth sign. The moon reverse. They knew something all along that wasn't a true friend with the 2 of Cups reverse. That wasn't a friend. The Temperance card. The Hierophant reverse. It's like these individuals literally try to make them feel forbidden from even caring about you or even acknowledging your presence in a public setting. Like these individuals manipulated it that much to try to have you appear as if you're some ancient type of... You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm telling you, bro, these individuals took it to the extent to try to make... They try to get you. They try to make everybody feel as if it's forbidden to even be around you. And you know what I'm saying? They took it to the extent to manipulate all this to try to make it appear as if it's forbidden to be around you. That's like, bro, what the hell they think this is? Some type of ancient type of a ruby or something? They don't want them around the real deal, bro. They don't want them around the earth things. That's what it is. They don't want them around someone that's pure, that can actually lead them down the right path of enlightenment. They don't want them around someone that ain't wicked. That's what it is. Watch a whole public setting or a family dynamic be balanced out because of this earth angel that everybody was told that was this person is how the hell are earth angels gonna be dangerous? The individual is a healer. They try to manipulate everything as if, this person is forbidden, like you're like some type of forbidden ancient figure somewheres. But yet they was doing this with forbidden magical practices that was literally very dark. And get caught in a scam at that. Get caught scamming. Get caught using your identity in order to try to make you appear to look like something that in reality, that's what they are. The moon reverse. Oh, that's ending. Oh, that's an ending. That's an ending. That's an ending. King of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so a King of Pentacles reverse got some clarity of that. This could be an earth sign masculine that could have got clarity. He could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn that could have got clarity. Whoever this is ain't saying nothing, but he supports somebody is what it looks like with the Six of Wands. But this could literally be a cop that could literally like transform everything. Because whatever was being done literally had a cop hate somebody for no reason. I ain't saying cop in a negative way, y'all. It's just what's coming through my cards. They literally had one of these individuals hate somebody for no reason. Because this individual could have thought, could be a Queen of Pentacles reverse too. This individual could have thought that this person was having relations or trying to break them up between each other or whatever. But turns out it's this individual's best friend that was doing that through someone else's identity. And this individual could feel kind of like they could feel stupid. This is bullshit. But it's like at least they got clarity because this could be changing their whole outlook on what's really going on. It's like it's a shocker. It turns out it's really not that person that was messaging the old lady or old man or whoever this is. It wasn't you at all. So there's one of them that could be coming out the illusion with the moon reverse. Bro, this could literally heal his or her family. Like they could literally get back together or whatever. I don't know if they would do that. If they agree to work something out, like they could be a strong couple that will last for a lifetime. With the Ten of Pentacles. First got to get this snake ass friend out their energy because this individual, this King of Pentacles versus old lady's friend, has been snaking them the whole time. Or Queen of Pentacles reverse. Magician reverse. Virgo, Gemini energy. Yeah, manipulate. They could have had these individuals do it like doing magic on the individual, like doing rituals on the individual that's not even causing any problems. And it's literally put them in an illusion in order to get them to overindulge in that. And it's like, hold on a second. Why are they even doing that? Turns out the people that they knew for a long time really ain't who they say they are. Damn. This don't look too good for these individuals, bro. Whoever has started this up on an innocent person, it don't look too good for them. I'm not really getting arrested and follow behind them because I got to be a leader to this situation. Whoever done that ain't a good look to them. It's like they trying to get everybody to feel as if you forbidden. Like you can't, ain't nobody can be around you. Like, oh, this is awkward. That's the type of energy they trying to bring to this situation in a public setting. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody want to be around you and care about you. For some of you out there, like if this ended or whatever, now everybody want to be around you and care about you and show you empathy and show you compassion and support you. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do? Just sit there and stand there like a statue? That's what they gonna do? You don't see it. Judgment reverse. Scorpio energy. So we got a judgment reverse. False allegations. Unfair blame, unfair treatment. This is unfair blame. False allegations. Someone ain't taking the blame for this. Okay, so whoever was being wrongfully accused, this could be connected to some type of case or something, because this could be a judge. The judgment card could represent a judge. Okay, so this could be connected to some type of someone that was wrongfully accused, because this is false allegations. Don't have to be, but this card does represent unfair blame, unfair treatment. You being falsely accused of things that you're not doing. That's why you ain't got nothing to worry about, because someone has discovered this is what it looks like with the moon reversed. They're trying to have you feel like you a forbidden force to not be reckoned with and to just stay the hell away from, when the whole time you an innocent person just out there living your life. And for some of you, could be a spiritual healer. It's like these individuals are trying to manipulate some type of underhanded manifestation to try to get you, or to try to turn you into some type of hornet's nest or some shit. Don't go around that person over there. They're a spiritual healer. They're a spiritual... They're a spiritual healer. That's a dangerous person right there. Oh yeah, by the way, look at all these scammer accounts. Look at all these scammer accounts that try to get this individual in trouble. Look at all the false allegations. Now they're trying to get him in trouble with the law. They're trying to get everybody to avoid the individual. Don't talk to the person. Don't acknowledge them. But now everybody wants to get mad because the truth is out. With the moon reversed. They mad because they can no longer make false allegations. It's a false type of call. Telling you. Now everybody want to point fingers at everybody else, start blaming everybody else. It's all everybody else's fault. They're all mad because you're not getting overly emotional with the judgment reverse. Give me another card. Yeah, somebody's looking over this. Seven of Pentacles, they're looking over this and can't believe what they're seeing. With the Seven of Cups, like they be damned. Bro, there's a judge that could be looking over something. That could be either Earth sign or a Scorpio. Okay, that's I want to say that's the third time. Okay, that's I want to say that's the third time my phone has overheated because my phone's being tampered with while I'm doing my reading. I'm documenting that down, by the way. But anyways, okay, so this could be an Earth sign or a Scorpio judge. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Scorpio that could be looking over something. And they can't believe what they see. But there's a celebration again, Three of Cups. I don't know if y'all can see that. Three of Cups. Yeah, there's a celebration over all this misinformation that's coming out. So there's a celebration in regards to all this misinformation, gossip, slander. Someone's being proven to be right. And they are being falsely accused. This ain't who they are at all. It's not like to me the stalkers are getting caught. Whoever's been doing this to this person are being caught. King of Cups reverse. Okay, so someone fell victim to a con artist and a scam artist, etc. This could have been a masculine that could have fell victim to that, or a feminine. Whoever this individual is that's been doing this to this person, whoever was involved in doing that to this person, are very nasty. Very nasty. There was definitely a lot of malicious and nasty, untrue rumors being told about this individual deliberately. But yet people doing things like these individuals doing things on a fake account with this individual's identity and a fake profile picture. Yeah, to try to get him in jail. Try to set him up and put him in jail. Look at that, the Eight of Swords. It's in reverse. They're trying to put this individual in jail. But guess what? There's a new beginning. They could have tried to put them in jail for something very explicit with the Ace of Wands here, but that was them that was doing that, not this person. They could have cropped certain things out of their face and try to accuse this person of having something in their hand, but this is somebody else that's doing something. This is nasty. Three of Pentacles reverse. So if they try to accuse an air sign or a water sign, in reality it could have been a fire sign. Yeah, lying about it and confusing people. They could have confused the air sign, but this could have been being done to an air sign. This air sign didn't know what to think or what to believe. Fire sign could have been doing this to an air sign. This is what they've been enlightened to. Could also be a Pisces. Not the high priestess. The patient man. Okay, so there's a lot of enlightenment when it comes to this. It's a King of Wands reverse. King of Wands reverse. So somebody's been enlightened to the fact that there's an abusive authority figure. It's possibly a masculine that's an official that has been doing that. Someone has been enlightened to that. Hermit reverse. Okay, so this could be... Hold on, something's telling me this King of Pentacles may be figuring out, this is another cop that may be figuring out that somebody's really not his buddy like he thought it was. Because usually cops usually partner up together, right? They like to be friends with each other. He could be finding out another official was betraying him behind his back and doing something with it with his old lady. Trying to have somebody falsely accused of something. When in reality, it's this snake right here that's been doing it just like the other individuals that was involved in trying to hurt this individual's reputation. Bro, you gotta be desperate to do some shit like this to somebody. Look, the Chariot card. Somebody could have called something in a vehicle or something with the Chariot card. Cancer energy. Some of you could be a Cancer, don't have to be. Kind of getting a Cancer male energy. So you could be a Cancer male. You could have called something, or this could be a this could be the police with the Chariot, because that could be interpreted as the lights at the top. Whatever this is going to get caught. Seven of Swords reverse. Okay, so whatever somebody was doing to someone in a vehicular situation will get caught. They're caught red-handed is what I'm hearing. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this will be stopped. Six of Pentacles. There is help, y'all. Somebody may agree to help you. High Priestess. You actually told the truth. So some of these individuals may not have believed that you was actually a legitimate, intuitive person. Because of what these individuals kept on doing to try to make it seem as if you was a part of all of this that was happening in your surroundings. But you really wasn't. Bro, these individuals ain't even trying to be like you. They're actually being themselves by trying to cloak in your innocent energy to wreck your reputation over. Because in reality, they can't be themselves when it comes to exposing who they really are. But trying to cloak in your energy, this exposed them all the way with the moon reverse. Exactly who they are. And this is not, bro, this is not a good look for these individuals at all. So whatever they thought that they could get away with by trying to falsely accuse you of doing, this is exactly how they're being seen. Some of you ain't going to jail with the Eight of Swords reverse. This is exactly what's coming out. Some of you could be a Pisces. I mean, I can't be certain of that, collective. I'm not a legal advisor, okay? But from the looks of it, some of you out there was able and you managed to escape these traps with the Eight of Swords reverse by being psychologically, intuitively, on an intelligent level aware of what's going on. So you was able to identify certain patterns that would have led up to false charges being put on you. This would be a false arrest. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, these individuals try to get your freedom taken with scamming and committing all this, what they call that? Scamming, extortion. Then you have, what that other word is. I can't think of the other word. With all this that's going on, don't these individuals not realize that this is kidnapping? These are attempts to try to get you locked up with the Eight of Swords reverse. So that right there, you know what that is? You don't even deserve to be in jail because you're not a criminal. Okay, so these individuals are definitely being seen to be obstructing your justice to a whole nother level of extreme. That is indeed in federal law jurisdictional type of situation. And yeah, this is being seen to a sword reverse. All these lies that was told to have you viewed a certain way, it's being seen straight through. Whoever's been lying on you is being seen exactly who they are. Good. Good. Cowards. Look at that, Five of Wands. This is a criminal ring. This is what you would identify as an extremist group. This is what you would identify as an extremist group and a criminal ring. Okay, so this would explain how much hatred. So this would explain hate crime because extremist groups, extremism are known to carry out hate crimes against an individual that they perceive as they don't like them. They don't like who they are. They don't like their beliefs. Discrimination, hatred, discrimination against. That would be religious or belief discrimination, which is protected under the First Amendment. You have the right to believe in what you want to believe in. When it comes to your spiritual beliefs, you know, specific information when it comes to that. You have the right to believe, like if you want to be atheist, you have the right to be atheist. If you don't want to believe in God, you have the right to not believe in God. If you want to believe in God, you have the right to believe in God. That's all about belief. And then if you want to be part of a religion, Christianity, etc., or you want to be part of, let's say, Baptist or whatever it may be, you have every right to do that because it's practiced under the First Amendment, which is protected constitutionally. Bro, these individuals are not smart at all. The Seven of Swords diverse. They think that they got it. They think that they got away. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Because now everybody's starting to wake up. Everybody's starting to wake up, and this could be causing an outrage or something with the Five of Wands. Good. That's like damn, bro. The energy that they in, bro. They can swear up and down. They can spawn all this damn magic they be doing. How come they can't spawn a WCW Raw or a SmackDown match in the middle of a damn highway? You can swear up and down. These individuals are trying, bro. They agitated because they can't put up a fucking wrestling ring right. The shit keeps falling apart. Every time they put a pole up, it falls over. You know what I'm saying? Every time they go to put a pole up, you know how they got the turnbuckles? Every time they try to put the ropes up, the whole damn thing collapse. They can't put it up right. You know what I'm saying? They can't put it up right. Every time they try to put up a wrestling ring, it's like you can swear up and down. They about to have a table, ladder, and chairs match, TLC match. Table, ladders, and chairs match. And yet every time they go to grab the post, the whole damn thing collapses. The ropes fall, everything falls, the match falls, even the beams come apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they got the plywood, or what kind of, not plywood, but they got that wood that lays across the, you know how they got the frame of the wrestling ring and they lay those boards across? That can't even hold up. It's like these individuals screw their mask on the exact opposite way. They screwed it outwards instead of inwards, and yet the mask just clearly fell off their face easily. It's like they don't even need one for Halloween, bro. It's like they're Halloween all year round. Bro, I bet some of these individuals, when they laugh, they sound like a damn witch off of the damn Wizard of Oz. Like that. Damn, bro, they're gonna have to use that laugh for like a beatbox or something, you know, if one of my videos beatbox. That'd be awesome. You know what I'm saying? They can't even find their way back to the castle, the Yellow Brick Road. You tell them to follow the Yellow Brick Road, they take a whole different route. You know what I'm saying? The trees don't even like them, bro. That tells you everything what you need to know. The trees don't even like them. The trees be throwing apples at them. You know what I'm saying? Nature don't even like them. The apple trees don't even like them. Bro, this day was a coming anyways with the Five of Wands. Bro, all these individuals, all that has been doing this to one person or doing this to you, they're all enemies. They're not really each other's friend. It's like all while they trying to one up you with doing things that's continuously one upping each other. It's like now they end up in a whole argument and a fight with each other because of everything of what's being discovered or what they really been doing, other than trying to group up against you. Because in reality, they was grouping up against each other behind each other's backs. What it looks like. Bro, this be the same individual running their mouth or whatever, like cheering each other on after they get a little victory or something at trying to humiliate you. And yet, the whole time screwing each other over. Or it could have just been a few of them screwing each other over, but yet some of them didn't know that the other person was screwing them over. That's like they would smile on their face, betray you, and yet behind that person's back, they'll betray them and laugh behind their back, yet smile on their face, and act all buddy with them. They're gonna have something to fight with. Wait till they get that courtroom. You know what I'm saying, with the Five of Wands. Wait till they get that court. They're gonna find out them. Bro, these people, I'm telling you right now, bro, it's like the energy that I'm getting off this card right here, it's like they trying to put up a whole damn WWE or WCW wrestling ring, and yet the whole damn thing falls out every time they try to put the turnbuckles up. The ropes fall, the poles fall, the whole damn ring falls apart. It can't stand up straight. It can't stand up straight. It can't stand up straight. Yeah, it can't stand up straight. Every time they try to manifest themselves into like a reverse porcupine, their spines come up in the exact reverse position and poke themselves in the back. It's like these individuals trying to manifest themselves into like a porcupine. You see that? But yet every time they try to do that, they try to stick you with it to defend themselves. It's like they stick themselves. That must be highly uncomfortable, huh? Like, damn, bro, these individuals literally walking around thinking that they're a porcupine or something. But yet got the whole spines reversed that's sticking them in their back. While you're protected on this side, but they not. Brother, you see how stupid this is? You see how stupid this is? Y'all. Damn, bro. And then the worst part about it, they being seen to be playing victim to the shit that they keep trying to do to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about crying in the car. They gonna cry in that cold room, bro. I'll tell you, but they ain't tough like they think they are. Whoever this was that kept on doing this relentlessly, they ain't tough like they say they are. No, they not. No, they not. And I'm getting people that was once friends are not no longer friends. They're frenemies. Bro, this person did a lot. Like, believe it or not, bro, like, it wasn't just you that they betrayed. They betrayed a lot. They was fooling a lot of people. It's like, now everybody want to be on your side with the Six of Cups. Bro, you're not nothing bad with these. It's like they trying to manipulate something to get you to seem as if you're a forbidden energy. Let's give me the vibes forbidden. Oh, you can't be there. You can't be who you are. You can't go out to nature and go out there to a damn tree and hug a tree or whatever it is and go out there and dip your toe in the damn water or something. You can't do that. It's forbidden. You're forbidden energy. You can't go out there and go out to nature and just stand there and stand on the ground and ground yourself. Spiritual grounding. You can't go out there and even put your feet in the damn mud or in the grass or in the water without these individuals trying to do something to you. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how these individuals operate. Whoever, but it's mainly just a few of them. But some of them woke up from that and stopped. That is what I'm getting with the moon reverse. There's just a few of them that's still trying to get these individuals to try to do things to you, and they could be going back and forth with each other and say, "Nah, they ain't doing that. They ain't doing that. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone." And it's like now they're all going back and forth with each other because they already figured out the truth that you're not who these individuals trying to make you out to be, because originally it could have started with just a few of them. Somebody from your past and somebody else, and yet this got dragged out, bro. Like, this is a lot of dragged out energy. It's like these individuals sitting there beating on their chest, hooping and hollering, pulling their hair, screaming to the top of their lungs. Ain't nobody give a shit. Ain't nobody care. Ain't nobody care. But someone could have literally threw a plate of food off the kitchen table. That's what I'm getting. They could have threw a whole box of chicken off the kitchen table. What the hell did chicken do, bro? There goes your dinner. There goes your dinner. I'm telling you, bro, that's what I'm getting into. If somebody could have literally just threw their dinner all over the floor or whatever, like not now, but they could have threw their dinner all over the kitchen. That ain't gonna do nothing for them. That ain't gonna do nothing for them. What that's gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have for the read. Let me go ahead and get a closing message, y'all. Closing message is the Page of Wands reverse. I'm hearing that they have been exposed for acting out with the Page of Wands reverse. They have been exposed for being very, 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 what's that word I'm looking for? Like, they have been exposed for There's a word I'm looking for, y'all. Something about mischievous. Not thinking about their actions before committing them. Making hasty decisions. With the Page of Wands reverse. And this is bad news for them. This is also the card of fraud, too. I want to see. Page of Wands reverse. It's a type of fraud with messages. But anyways, y'all take it easy out there, y'all. If y'all want to leave any donations, we'll have a link in the description box below.